All right, is everybody familiar with our 6 contestants in this ring game here? I'm sure you're pretty familiar with these guys. Proud to say an All-American ring game this year. No offense to our visitors from overseas. Our shooting order will be first. This gentleman here, lack of better terms, Sky Woodward, up to break.
All right, folks, we're going to find out the order here in just a second, too. So let's start this off here. I want to welcome everybody to
Mr. T over here.
The Rings Bank game here. We are live in Elizabeth, Indiana at Caesars Southern Indiana Casino. This is a Pat Fleming production with ACCUSTATS Video Productions, with Diamond Billiards, Outsville, Simona's Cloth, and Aramith Balls, and many other sponsors. This is Bobby World Pro Chamberlain in the booth with.
Next up, Johnny Rocket.
Hey guys, Mike D here. How you doing?
And you're from where?
Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida. Okay.
I'm really happy to be here.
Usually you're playing. I know you're a great player.
I love this event. It's absolutely awesome. A lot of my great
cross
buddies
corner, no good.
that I've played banks with for years. So I know each and every one of their game except for Shane. But Justin's like my mentor.
Keep on stepping on that cord on the stall hall.
I think Justin and Billy are the favorite, if I had to. You know what I mean?
I think Skyler and Billy have been their show for a while, and they're looking to like four-peat this. I know you played last year, right?
Yeah, I played last year.
I know I saw you ran up about 4 or 5 in a row.
Straight back.
Yeah, I mean, I had my turns, and just, you know, I feel like the conditions are very slick out there. They're a little different than the tables in the arena, so it's just whoever adjusts first, you know.
Back almost good.
Folks, we're playing on 4 1/4-inch pockets.
Foul, penalty, delay a game.
Not 4 1/2, so that you know.
It's a lot tighter, less acceptive.
I believe this is a $1,000 entry fee. We're going to look at this again. There's 6 players. That'd be $6,000 if that's the case. With Diamond Billiards putting up another $6,000 to double the prize fund money here for a $12,000 total. This will be $8,000 first place.
Everybody give up a chip to Mr. Hall. One chip goes
second.
to Mr. Hall. Collect
Each
Mr.
player
Hall.
will be given.
Next up, Tony Hargain's #1 billboard for the last 7 years.
I believe 50 chips. I'll double check that.
Mr. Shannon Murphy.
Okay, each player is going to be given 30 chips in the end. As they get along, what will happen is the chips will increase in value where they'll start having to give 2 chips and 3 chips, and so on.
For sure. So each level gets more pressure. At the end of the, you know, it might be 20 chips a ball, and you might only have 3 barrels, and it's super stressful. You have to make the shot in front of you, or you'll probably be weeded out. Billy's here with the 1 rail. Billy the Torpedo, one of the greatest that ever lived, ever pick up a pool cue. The guy banks like out of this world. He likes to hit this ball medium firm and a little bit of draw to open the angle. All right, so when the tendency on the angle is to come short, guys, you can open it with side spin, or you can open it with low, and that will actually open the angle.
Yeah, you might recognize him from
Billy Thorpe.
Flashing his nipples
doesn't
at the
come
world.
more American than him, huh?
We all know him by his right nipple.
I love Billy.
At least he's not wearing the outfit he wore at the Moscone Cup.
Oh my God! I think, you know, he's got to get back into the gym. You know, he was super country. I was a hoot to watch him though. Straight back.
This guy hates me.
I believe every player here is capable of winning. And if one guy strings off 4 or 5 in one game, that will definitely build his chip pile up, and will definitely put a hurting on the people that go or maybe 2 racks without making anything.
It's like poker. You got to endure those big blinds, right? So every time it comes around to you, you have to put in the big blind and the small blind. So when you're paying and you're not taking any small pots down, you know, getting your little bunnies, your 2s and 3s to hopefully when you hit your big run, you're still in the game as the blinds progress. You know what I mean?
5 balls straight back. I thought he'd be banking the 8 here.
I like the 5 just a little bit outside, short.
Looking like #3, just a little bit short.
I think he wished he would have shot the 8 now.
All right,
yeah,
2 chips to Mr.
The
Thorpe.
gap off the rail. It was a little tough. That I think on wetter conditions the 8's easier, but on the drier conditions the kiss seems to be like a little more prevalent.
I think the tables are playing wet right now just because of the volume of people that are in here. I was watching the last few matches. The balls were banking short.
Yeah, shortening up finally on day. What day is it? 6 or 7?
Oh, 7, I think.
Yeah. Wolford just a little bit
Good try.
wide.
That's a very good point, though. The conditions, they vary from Derby from day to day.
Yeah,
So,
the
like,
Wolf's thing.
at the beginning,
Roanoke, Virginia.
you have no friction. It's very dry. And then as the chalk and the powder and the balls get dirty and the felt gets broken
10
in,
seconds.
they start shortening up. So around day 3,
did
it
look.
starts to square up. And then day 4
Cross
or
corner
5,
on
it
the
starts
nine.
to shorten up.
And air gets thinner, which makes also a difference in the table how they play.
Amen. The humidity is affected by how many people are in the room, and the conditions do change based on the temperature. I remember last night, it was nobody in here, and I was hitting balls. I was playing Richie 200 a game,
Johnny
and
Demet at the
I'll tell
table
you what,
now.
it was dry. You know,
Giving Roberto
Super
Gomez
dry.
and Jeffrey DeLuna a run for their money on that perfect hair.
All right, he's going to try to crisscross this across.
Yep. The key here is the tendency on the shots for it to go long, so you want to hit low
10 ball on the
outside,
crossbank.
and you want to kind of cut it a little more than you anticipate and work the ball back from right to left. There you go.
Good shot. And they're playing this game with no. Hang on, ball,
So far,
for him
so
to help
good.
him out. They're playing this game with. Ooh, he scratched. No.
Comes out.
They're playing this game with no safeties. No safeties are allowed to play. It's a 6-man ring game. Everybody's on their own. So they can play wide open and obviously play position as they need it.
That's cool.
Jay Hall, the white, he's
right,
like
straight
the
back on the
Caucasian
five.
Filipino, Caucasian Efren. He's such an artistic pool player. His stroke is one of a kind. So if you guys notice the ball, he hit center there and it shortened up. If you draw it just a little bit, the angle will true up because since the tables are playing short, you know what I mean? You got to open the angle. But
going
on
cross
day
side.
2 and day 1, you know what I mean? It was opening up. You know what I mean? So it's a completely different shot.
Well, with the pocket size too, I mean, these guys hit the balls really firm. But if the pocket is a little tighter, a lot of times you want to try to see if you can hit it with a nice smooth stroke and sometimes hit a little higher on the ball. They're going to be real aggressive, so they're going to hit the balls really hard from the beginning. But you can see as the field goes down, they will be able in the rack. There's less balls on the table. They'll be rolling more balls in too.
I agree with that. Yeah, they're kind of gauging their speed from the firm and they're working their way down as they get comfortable. I really think that's beautifully said.
Yeah, they got
Looks like we're
15
gonna have to
minutes of
loosen up these
practice, so
pockets
the
next
guys
year.
have got to hit a few shots.
Put them back.
Yeah, I mean, when you're comfortable, you definitely can reduce your speed and you can rely on your experience of the
Straight back
conditions,
on
you
you.
know. When the adrenaline's going at the beginning, you want to make sure you don't underhit it, right? You know what I mean?
Well, that one he really should have cut closer. I felt that he had a chance to make that one. He didn't have to use any type of side English to compensate for anything, so it was just a complete straight back. Come back and it double kissed it.
Cross
And
side.
here's Sky Woodward.
So you play this ball with either straight top English or you hit it with like low outside. Since he's on the rail, he's just going to put high ball. You want to hit the speed that makes it play square.
Maybe one tip of left, just to shorten the angle a little bit.
So like top English off the rail is going to like be a little more consistent than trying to use left because you can't really, you don't have as much feel for the ball. You can't hit it as pure, you know what I mean? Like I know for sure Billy hits him with straight top and goes up and down. And now if I'm off the rail, I'm totally down with using left, you know, if I have the whole ball to like,
2 balls, straight
you know what I mean, the
back.
entire cue ball to hit. Johnny Demet has been avid banker his entire career. He's always in action. He plays 40, 50 a rail with everybody in the country. He totally deserves to be here. You know what I mean?
I thought he'd shoot the 7 ball here, but he's going after one. I felt the 7 ball was a much better shot. He was closer to it.
I agree. It's tough to pinch it, but really stretched out like that, look, it didn't really compliment him that well.
Well, the 7 had a little bit of angle to cut, which was easier than
ball,
where you have
cross
no
corner.
compensation at all.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'm not a bank pool player for a living for sure.
No, but you have some great theories, and you're definitely spot on with some of the speed adjustments. That's something that I really would carry with me.
That was no other reference.
This will be in the hole or very close.
6 ball wide.
Wide.
No, you can't carry him.
All right, and here's a guy that really plays good banks and good one pocket also.
This Shannon
Five ball,
Murphy is the
cross
most
up.
humble, nicest guy. He barely talks, but when he does, he says something beautiful. He's such a great guy, and he has such touch. Too.
Good.
So that's a stick to the talking.
Murphy.
He's just, I mean, he just gives his all. I've watched him in the last 15 years at Derby make deep runs in the banks almost every single year.
This is going to be a tough shot making this ball by the 9 ball. Well, actually, he's going to try to inside it here.
It's going to go long for sure, or he's going to throw it into the 6 ball.
Yeah.
Wide.
I didn't think that he had enough that he can get there. I liked him playing it where the 9 is.
Right. Hey, the man.
Yeah.
All right, there go the chips. They're flying around here.
Okay, so guys, you have the 1 rail cross side. It's close to the rail. So
one more.
A lot of times when it's he's got the.
That's the only shot, I think.
I was thinking he was looking at the 9 there, but yeah.
Right,
so here you want, I
side.
either use a touch of side spin or a touch of draw, depending on how you want to work the angle. I mean, some people cut it, but if you're going to cut it, I like to use a touch of side spin and just stretch the angle like. He overdid it. It's really brutal, right? These conditions are super dry, so when you're putting side spin, oftentimes it overdoes it. In Florida, it's very rare for you to overstretch that ball because of the humidity. It's like it's not way dry, but it's a lot drier than what I'm used to. 2 rails in the corner. You got to cut the ball, and you got to use low right English, and you bank it 2 rails in the right corner where Shane's standing. If he plays the 6 ball, he's going to let the cue ball go wild, and he'll probably scratch.
I think he's got to shoot the 7.
4 rails on the 7 ball.
So this is not the. I think you should play this ball 2 rails.
Absolutely.
And dress up on the balls down. Since there's no
right
defense,
in between.
You know what I mean?
Nice lane there.
Did it good.
Looking good.
Made it.
All right.
But
The lone wolf.
The only issue is he only had the value of 1. If he plays the 2 railer, then he
match.
comes down for those balls. There's no defense, so he's got to dress up. But that was
shot.
amazing.
He can reach it because he's no, he can't reach it. He's left-handed. He can 1 rail the 8 back the other way, but it's going to be hard for him to reach.
I like it. I like it. A whole bunch of side spin and just back cut it and play a little deflection into it. We aim it thinner.
What he does have a chance at is to come close. Is to play the 5 ball cross corner. The 6 is right into the area.
Straight back to the left.
But it's a much easier shot than what he's trying to attempt here.
That's asking for a lot. The 5 cross corner.
Well, it sounds like it's a lot easier than the 8 ball, though.
Yeah.
Because look how far he's got to stretch.
He might scratch. Oh, that was a good. That was very
he came
good.
pretty close.
It was a very good attempt.
All right, one
he
chip
really
from
controlled
everyone
that
going to Shane.
nicely.
And he's got to stiff this one. I mean, when you say stiff it, that means that he's got to cut the angle down. He's got to shorten the angle because if he was going to hit this ball straight, it would hit where the chalk
9 ball, straight back.
at the second diamond from the bottom rail.
Sky just puts a little, he just chops it with a little baby stroke. Watch this. I don't know if you guys notice, like when
good.
Sky banks, he doesn't pull it as far back as a lot of other guys. He has a very compact stroke.
Cross side.
Very accurate. Not a lot can go wrong with Sky's stroke. That's why I really like him when he represents America, because I feel like his stroke holds up really well. You know what I mean? Under pressure.
The shorter stroke you have, the more accurate you will be anyway.
For sure, right?
I agree with that.
Yeah. Like old school, like straight pool players, like have a little small bridge and, just move the ball short distances.
Well, that's what I play. Yeah.
Right? Straight pool. Manufacturing
They say
angles.
sky's the limit, but it looks
right?
like
It's
one
pretty
is the
cool.
limit.
I learned from an old man named Jersey Joe, and he plays straight pool every day for like probably 50 years. And he taught me about break shots, manufacturing angles, and it's just.
I don't know that name.
Jersey Joe, he's a legend, but he's from New York.
Red.
Oh, yeah. Jersey Joe's high run's probably like a little over 100 or something. He's not. All right, so he played the ball with center English, and he kind of played it square, but the conditions are playing long, so he needed to actually at that angle play a touch of inside, the same exact stroke, the same exact angle in, and it would have made the pocket. He could increase his speed, but the problem when you increase your speed, the ball can hop the rail and go long, or it can go dig into the rail and come short. So, wow, that's brutal.
And the cue ball's down.
So, like, people don't understand speed.
Though.
When you hit the ball hard, it can hop the ball in umbrella long, or it can hit the rail going down, and it can shorten up.
No, it's not a bar
so when you overhit the ball, you do get
Speed means the whole thing. I mean, that's
Yeah.
when I was real young, that's what Eddie Taylor told me, that speed makes a difference in banks.
For sure. Like, my system is angle, spin, speed. So, like, what angle do I have? Starting angle. This is like a 30-degree angle. So you just use a touch of side spin, straight to the hole. Yeah, but I mean, angle, if you have the angle down, you know how much of the ball you're aiming at. And then you counter with spin, right? And then the last variable would be speed. Sight it, see it, deliver your stroke. Visualize it going in.
This should be close if the don't go in. If you don't make it, it should be a
Also over to
hanger.
the corner is.
Exactly.
Oh.
All right, he's got a real easy crisscross on this 8-ball here.
I'll
I
do
can't
it
tell
for
you how many
guys, don't
times
worry.
I've seen
Just
ring
keep
games
sleeping.
kind of be boring a little, and then they just pop off. It is just like, it's unbelievable the momentum swings when players
Crossover
adjust
on
to
the
the
8 is
tables.
good.
You know what I mean?
Well, the thing about it is you can't really create a rhythm when you have 6 players in a game.
For sure, it's so difficult. You have to really store your energy. You know, you have to stay calm.
They love it.
When you get to the table and have easy
Right.
shots as
Hittable.
such, you really need to bear down because you just don't get that many opportunities. And the next time you get to the table
The
with so
blinds
many
go up.
players,
Straight
you may
back
not
for
have
Sky.
such an easy shot. So
I agree. And the blinds go up as well, so it's exponential amount of pressure. Like, it just keeps it, like, the weight of the world's on your shoulders if you're not scoring points. You know what I mean?
All right, long straight back here.
So I like to, like, put a
Yeah.
drag stroke on this with a teeny bit of inside. So you just kind of move the cue ball as little as possible.
He's hitting high right, trying to hold the angle.
Just hold it with a drag stroke. Oh, he did hit
And it's a
high.
beaut.
He put a beautiful stroke on that.
We got
Josh
4
Roberts hits it
1/4 inch
like that as
pockets
well
here,
with the
folks.
high
4
ball.
1/4 inch pockets, still not stopping him. Another straight back, same pocket.
This one he's
off
going to
third ball.
stiff. That should be pretty close too. Nice angle.
So anytime that you guys are looking at like a symmetrical angle, angle in equals angle out, your goal is to hit the right speed. I always tell my students, hit the speed that makes it go in. That's going to take all the tension out of your stroke. You're going to deliver a very fruitful stroke when you're thinking
Make sure
about
they pay this
delivering
guy.
it in terms of speed, you know? It takes the yips out
You
of you.
can kick
and,
3
you know.
rails or more at any
I like
time.
the 3-rail kick here.
Yeah, for
Thanks for
sure.
paying attention the
So
first
for
time,
me, my
Johnny. I
basis on the
appreciate
3-rail kick is from the corner to the first diamond,
players never
and then I
listen.
just parallel over and I use 3 o'clock English.
Little short.
Look at that. Oh. Would you look at
These
that?
tables are
Would
banking
you look
short
at that?
a little bit here.
I mean,
Just
for
look
sure
at
they
it. Look
shortened
at
up
it.
in
Look at
some
it.
regards, like
Just
they'll
look at
accept
it.
the English. They're not like taking the English off like they were in the
For
first
those of
few
you
days.
over the age of 45,
But
48,
like the
there's
total
a famous
conditions, like
video
multiple
online.
railers
Would you
are
just
still
look at
playing a
that?
little long, but definitely the one railers have
Have your kids
have
Google it
shortened up
for you?
dramatically for
Well, if
sure.
you're hitting balls firm, they're shorting up for sure.
Yeah, they're finally accepting the spin, you know,
3
instead of
balls,
just
straight back.
kind of sliding off.
And forth. And back. And I think you're on 2. You're on 2, sir.
There's only 3 fouls. That's funny.
It's time you get on 2
I mean,
something.
playing banks in front of an audience here, listen, at 1 minute it looks
feel
very
bad it's
bland,
not on
but
the board.
I'm
I
telling
can't
you,
say
these
anything.
guys are the best, some of the best in the world. It's gonna
Now,
pick
mind
up.
you, Justin
You can
Hall
feel it.
spots everybody here. 2
Especially
balls
against
when we
the
want to
4
play heads-up action. Allegedly. Hasn't made a bank yet. And Shannon Murphy.
I mean, I'd bet
He's
my
our chip
entire
leader,
house
isn't
that he
he, so
kicks this
far?
ball in.
He's got to hit it pretty close to the pocket. You're using a high right. Little short again.
And that's how it's done, folks. Give it up, Shannon Murphy.
Good call, good call.
All right.
I got to talk straight pool with you sometime. I would love to learn some stuff.
Yeah, that's a crazy animal. I've been around a long time.
All right, there's a third
As
rack
I get
here.
older, I've learned I'm
Justin.
more relatable to
second
the older gentlemen, the ones with the experience, the young guys. You know, I can't whoop them, I can't beat them at sports anymore. So it's like I'm trying to learn and develop my mind from guys like you. You know,
I always said I wish I was 10 to 15 years older, where I would have got to see a lot of the players play. I knew Willie Moscone, Wimpy Lassiter. I'm probably about the only guy he taught how to play pool.
for sure.
All right, we're still
Wimpy
sticking
was
with
a
one chip,
champion.
taking it easy. Let these
Yeah, I got
guys
to
ease
see those
into it.
guys.
Richie
Obviously, they need a little
Richardson's
bit more
told me so
practice
many
time.
stories
All week
about
long
those
hasn't been
guys.
enough.
Like they're those players, from like he's like a pool buff. Richie knows,
17 years retired, I might have to shoot.
Richie knows every player from like the historical part of pool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a good rack.
I want to give a shout out to Savage Billiard Apparel. They hooked me up with some clothes, and they've just been watching all my matches. I really appreciate your support. Tony Bloom and his family have just been so good to me. They're just great people. Billy the Torpedo, he's going to try to cross side here. Once again, I like hitting it with this like high ball and just letting the cue ball go up and down with some speed.
2 ball cross side is
All right,
good.
so Billy
That's
kind of
one.
hit like middle ball. So maybe
again, sticking with one
maybe
chip
he had to
this
stretch it a
round.
little. You know what I mean?
That 8's got that just a piece of that side pocket blocked here.
Billy's he might bank it 2 rails. It looks like it's a little
I think he's
steep.
going to turn around and shoot the 7 if he looks at the table.
I do like the 7 for sure.
I think that's what he should shoot. I think shooting the 4 is a mistake.
Would you think to shoot the 7 and try to clip the high side of the 8
seconds,
to open
yeah.
up the pocket for the 3 and the 9?
I don't think
Was
I'm
that
really
you,
playing
big-ass
position, to
man
be
over
honest
there,
with you
that
here. I
little
think just because there's so many people in the game, making a single ball really has a lot of value.
I mean, that's for sure. Like I was speaking about the big blinds, it's huge just to get a point or 2.
Cross corner on the 7 is good. That's 2.
Okay, he's got the 4 here. The 4
Two.
looks like almost
2
dead
banks.
square.
The four looks like it definitely can pass the 5. That's a good, like you said, it's
Yeah,
a
one
good
person
shot. I
will
don't like it
multiple
anywhere
that.
near that 8 ball.
I think you either have to hit it with a touch of side spin.
If he happens to make this, he does have the 6 ball he can shoot next. The cue ball's not going to move very far here.
I agree with
I
that.
don't know
Yeah,
what's
the
going
key
on
on the
Sesame
1
Street.
railers, guys.
Oh, almost 3.
For me,
3
right
rails
there,
on
I'm
the
trying
side.
to move the
Okay.
cue ball as
I heard
little as
call it.
possible.
All right,
I
give
think
up
he
2
overcut
chips.
it, and that's why I made the cue
Two
ball do that.
nips.
But if you try to stop your cue ball on the 1 railers, you have so much more control of the object ball. You know, the more the cue ball moves, I feel like it's a
Got a
little
bottle of water?
less
What do you think I'm here
control
for?
in regards to pocketing the ball.
No. Yeah, we might have
Cross
those
side,
little
top
shot
English.
glasses of water. Can
This
somebody
one
get
you're
Johnny
aiming at
Rocket a
less
bottle
of
of
the
water,
ball,
please?
so it's not going to receive
Yes.
the top
In
English.
there
You
to
have
the
to
left.
cut it
Think I got time
and
to go get
spin
water,
it.
Johnny?
So you're going to aim it
I
short
hope you never
with
make
high
another
ball
one.
and let it stretch.
Hey, how'd that 10 ball
He
move?
moved a 10.
He fouled.
He just loses turn
That's some
anyway.
kind of a foul.
No, they're not playing ball fouls here.
No,
Well,
thank
the
you
foul,
much.
you would only
John,
consequence
do
you
you
would
have
get
good
for a
hands?
foul is you just the bank doesn't
All right.
count, right? You know what I mean?
True.
Skyler's
Yep. When will I
Skyler's
learn
sneaky, I'm
not
telling
to
you.
trust the pool player?
I played more pool with Sky. I mean, this guy,
man.
he gets balls
Sorry,
from
John, no
nowhere.
pressure.
Like, if he makes
Nobody
the
saw
side
that.
pocket, there's a lot of value out there. You know, you got the cross corner on the 4, and then the
There's a
6
back
is
off.
out there
It's
freely.
off.
You know what I mean? So,
He's going to side pocket here.
yeah, 1 ball.
Cross side on the slow
short.
roll to widen it out, not enough.
He
Well,
never,
only shot here on the table
You're
is the
supposed
5
to
ball
be
or
our
the
best
1.
banker. Oh, actually, no, Billy.
yeah, I
Battles
mean,
that.
you can shoot the 4 two rails in the side, but I really like your call, the 1
a
ball
tough one, yeah.
for me. But if I'm playing by the rail and I'm
How many
getting paid
years did you
extra,
guys
I
go
might
back
play
and forth with
the purple
this ring
4
game here?
2 rails
4, Sting?
because it wants
Yeah.
to go long.
For those of you that don't know, last
The-
3
the
years,
one ball-
Sky and Billy went
You
back
gotta
and
hit it
forth taking this
perfect.
competition
You
one
know
for
what I
each
mean?
other.
It's
So we got
square,
a total of
but-
$8,000. Thank you to
I
Diamond
mean, it's
for
a very
adding
sensitive
2,000 to
shot,
the
this
pot.
1 ball, because you're going into
Diamond doing
the
so
rail
much
at
for the
a
sport, as always.
really steep, like a
The
less
staple
rail.
event for
Going in.
Diamond.
I think he's the
Billiards.
favorite to make it.
First place will take home 5,000. Second place, 3,000. So the top 2 finishers battle it out. And they better not be chopping anything.
Justin might be 4.
Why
I think
are
he's
you
got the 4 ball. He might have to go.
3 straight back. Oh, he is playing the 4.
He might have to play it 2 rails. It looks like it wants to go short. I don't know if he can extend.
He's going to
it.
hit it soft to extend the angle.
We've got some allegations going on
There
over
you
here.
go.
You guys can't hear
Very
about.
nice
I'll tell
shot.
you later.
So 3
Great
things
bank by
extend the
Justin
angle.
Hall.
Draw, inside English,
All right.
and soft speed. So you
do
can
it again.
extend it
Cross
3
side
ways.
on the 6.
Depending on the distance and how comfortable you feel cueing the ball, then you want to hit it.
He's going to hit this with some low left-hand English.
And
Draw it back about a foot and just try to make this angle.
I like that. He's
Close
long.
enough.
That's surprising. I thought for
One
sure
chip
he was
to Mr.
I
Hall.
almost feel like crossing that ball. I don't know. I mean, he's trying to hold it on dry.
run the cue ball to the left.
Yeah, like cross it, and just because when you're trying to stiffen it at that close, you don't have no room for your cue ball. It always wants to go long, especially with the bright lights. You know what I mean?
All right, how are we looking
These
on
tables
chips
do
over
play
here? Let me
a
see your
teeny bit
stacks.
long.
He's even. Billy, where's your stack? Your body.
All right, so he's gonna hit this pretty firm.
Shannon's up
Stop
a
the
little
cue
bit.
ball, move the cue ball as little as
Cross
possible.
corner
He
again.
drew out of it.
Shannon's all serious over here.
Again, now here's the
He's
5
looking at
ball. It
that
has a
5K
chance
payday.
if he can get past the 1. It's very close. The 9 does not go. The 3 does not go. The 3 actually may be able to go. If he can reach around that 1 ball, he should shoot the 5 here. This should be very close too.
Straight back on the 5. A little short.
Still close. Good effort.
One more chip.
Yeah.
All right, so you always try to look at whatever the straightest angle is that you don't have to compensate for. So the straight line here would be the 1 ball.
Cross
Yeah, he's
corner
gonna have
on
to
the
cross
1 ball.
this one and overcut it with probably inside English. I really don't think he can stiffen it because The 9 may be impeding him. I think he's going to have to cross it and stretch it. You know what I mean?
Let's see.
Cross it and let it lengthen to the hole. And the 9 was impeding him. Just like, yeah, if you were to stiffen that ball, the 9 would be in the way even more. Because
Yeah, you can't play off balls, folks, either. They got to go clean. No combinations and no caroms, no billiards.
That was a legendary comment right there. 1 rail in the corner. Don't overhit it. It'll stiffen on you. Just hit it smooth.
And it's clean as a whistle.
The one
Turn
thing
right back around. He's left-handed, so he should shoot the 1.
Yeah. You can't argue that this kid's stroke is smooth. I think that's why he makes those natural ones real nicely, because he puts the right pace on the ball.
He's got to bump the 9. He might have that for a cross corner if he happens to make the 1.
I like that a lot.
Next shot.
See,
it's just a natural.
Looking like 2 for Mr. Wolford.
Here's the 9 cross corner.
You're a straight pool player, so you're all about manufacturing break shots. So you probably
they know it. They see it.
You're a good ring game player, probably.
We never played ring game straight pool. I used to play 100 no count, where I had to run 100 before the other guy got
All right, 9
oh
ball
my
across
God.
corner.
It was really tough. 75 was the best number. 100 was a lot.
Yeah.
Three banks. 3 for Mr. Shane.
Being left-handed, that was a good shot for him for that 1 ball.
You'll get one when you make 3 banks, okay?
And so
Don't hate.
I don't wonder if he's going to draw it or stop it. There's 2.
Well, I don't know if he's thinking position here, but if he does, he's going to be underneath the 3. No, he drew back over top of it.
You didn't want to hear what I was going to do
I'm
for
not sure
4.
what the drawback was for, but maybe it's just the comfort in trying to make the shot.
Thank God,
So yeah, I mean, when you're playing the angles,
All right,
it
3
looks
chips for
square to
Mr.
you,
Shane Wolford.
and you're saying they're starting to shorten up. So he's drawing it just so it kind of holds its angle square, like angle in equals angle out. You know, he's not actually trying to open the angle. He's just trying to prevent it from coming short. That's why a lot of guys hit those straight backs with draw.
Well, he's got 4 chips this round.
Straight back on the 3s. Good. Never know on this.
Sky Woodward.
4 1/4.
So
They're
this is
playing
the
tough,
different
not too slick.
angle than the last one.
Straight
This
back
one
on
he's
the
gonna
5.
probably have to pinch it just a little, so he probably won't hit
little
it
inside.
He won't hit it nearly as hard.
Yeah, about a tip of right English.
That wasn't
See how
right.
he softened it up to get the length.
Still got there. All right.
The first one he used speed. The second one he reduced speed,
2
and he's got
for
the
Sky.
same outcome. It was pretty awesome.
I think he's going to have to play this 2 in the corner.
Kick it.
Yeah, you could kick it 3 rails in the side. You go long rail, bottom rail, long rail.
Yeah, there is.
with
Yeah,
No,
like
the-
60
side
seconds,
rail,
they
bottom
get
rail,
timeout.
side rail.
Oh, I call it the long rail, I guess.
He's going the other way. I would have gone the way you were talking about.
No, that's the way I was talking about. 3
4.
rails.
Okay.
Yeah, like the long
No
He
rail.
rail.
could have kicked it this way and come in
All right,
to the
2
wide 2
chips for
rails.
Sky.
I didn't think that he had the
Not a
angle
good
Oh yeah,
to come on that
I
short
totally
rail. He
get
really
it.
had to spin
You
that
have
ball
to
up.
use 3 o'clock English. I was just gonna say that. So you're so right.
I
about
didn't
that.
think he had it. He made an angle,
two.
but I didn't think he could even get that close.
Well, he still came short, didn't he? So
Give him a
you
noise.
know what I mean? Like
Give
your
him a
shot might have
noise.
been there.
Noise.
Thank you.
Because the cue ball's out toward the center of the
quick,
table, the only 3 rails that works here are using the long rail first, not the short rail. You will not be able to get the short rail to hold up when you have the cue ball in the center of the table.
He's gonna go 3 rails across the middle of the table with left English, and he's gonna make it come back.
right.
1, 2.
Take your time.
No, he's gonna go 4 rails maybe.
I don't think you can use the same. Oh, yes. You
I'm
can
saying
use the same
1,
rail
2,
twice?
3. Yeah, for sure.
Really?
He's banking.
But
This is what I'm talking about. I think that you really have to use a long rail first. So he'll go 1 rail, then the second rail will be down at the last diamond by the chalk, and then the back rail for the third rail. See if how close he comes here. There's 1, there's 2.
3 is looking good.
Yeah, see, he needed to
Ooh, a
extend
little
that
bit
ball
more turn.
at least
Good
another
try. Great
diamond.
attempts.
all right, so here goes that same 3 railer again. Oh, Justin might do the double the rail, the 3 cushion
Look at that
billiard
$1 million
stroke. Do you see
smile on
it?
John
Like
there.
long rail, bottom rail, long rail.
He's like a movie star.
No. What do you?
Like
Yeah,
1,
2 rails,
2, 3,
4.
and you know what I mean? Like the long.
So you're talking about 1, 2, 3?
No, to here. Oh, he 2 railed it.
And
I was saying 1, 2, 3.
Good hold on the
cut
rock,
it,
though.
You know what I mean? That was the wrong
Look at
shot
that
for sure.
scratch. Good hold on the
Shannon.
rock.
Easy cross side here, but he is elevated over the pocket.
I like to just
Nice
put a cut on it
nice-
and play top
Nice firm
English.
tall bridge there.
Your wife's not even paying attention.
Nice shot.
Cross side.
All right.
I
I don't
believe
know if
our
Justin
chip
get a
leader
coin
here,
a chip that one.
Murphy. We're
I
going to
think
have a
Joe didn't
redraw.
get
Redraw for a new shooting order. Shannon's just having this too easy here.
ain't last. Means I'm last. I am last. Racker did. Well, no, I didn't sell out. I don't know. I did not sell out.
Still hold the break.
Who's so Justin sold out in Brad.
I pay your dues.
Who's second? Just know your number. I'm 3. Follow Shane.
How do you spell your last name?
DEAW.
All right, nice break.
AW.
DER.
Okay. It shows what you guys are doing. Slug artist. Yeah, Shane. He drew 2, you drew 3. Y'all need to take the 1 out. Next time, yeah, next time. You forgot. No, you forgot. I didn't forget you. I thought drawing 5, I couldn't be last, but instead I am. Oh, yeah, you really got me.
4 ball, cross corner.
It's tough to reach. He's shooting this ball left-handed. He's a right-handed player.
So at the old derby, that one would have stretched in. You know what I mean?
Well, this table's 4 1/4 inch pockets. All the tables are here. They had a 4 1/8 on the 10-foot table the first couple days. Next year, the TV table in this arena, folks, will stay at 4 1/4, but the outer tables will be going back to 4 1/2.
Yeah.
I got that announcement yesterday.
I really like the conditions this year. I wish they would keep them exactly like they are. Tables are playing great. The best conditions of derby ever.
All right, 2
The
times.
matches were definitely slower with the smaller pockets.
That's a good point. I knew you were going to say that.
The
I mean,
schedule
but
was
7 ball,
It was,
double
yeah.
cross side.
they handled it.
This little double crosser.
so do you guys see how the high
you
English
wasn't
shortened the
double crossing.
angle? So you want to hit center ball there if you're playing a 2-railer to stretch the angle.
Wait a
By
minute, we
using
got
top
staff
English,
eating
all
over here
you're
and they didn't
doing
even bring this slice.
is you're fighting. You're going to
it's
shorten the
not
ball every
pizza.
time, no matter what. No matter where you hit that first rail, it's
Vitamins.
going to come backwards if you're playing
Vitamins,
2 rails.
folks. Vitamins.
All right, well, around the arena, it looks like
Vitamin
the
P.
seats are about 80% full, which is
Vitamin.
nice. Maybe a little higher than that.
All right, Justin, what you got
It's a
for
very
us?
interesting game for a lot of
8
people.
ball. 4 ball.
I like banking the 4, maybe
well, I'm
2
looking at
rails
you
in
saying
the
8.
side
Not
pocket.
tired.
I mean, it's kind of tough, but you can draw it with
4
outside
ball,
English and
cross
shorten
corner.
the angle.
Turn it back.
He's going to back cut the 4 in the corner.
Yeah, he's going to try to turn it over.
I think that's all. That was really close, actually.
A lot of times you can miss a ball and hit, and it doesn't. You don't. The results don't show it. You just miss it by a fraction. If the ball didn't hit the 8, it makes it.
What do we got?
So instead of the awkward bridge on the 4 ball,
Straight back.
he might elect to play the 2.
1 chip.
But he's still a young man, so he can stretch out there nicely and get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going to bank. He's going to turn this over 1 rail back, straight back toward the 2 ball.
4 ball straight back is close. Tough pockets, folks. Tough pockets.
I don't see a shot unless the 1 ball goes in. The 2 cross corner. The 2 cross corner. Okay. I don't know if he could even see the 1 ball, and nor would he want to shoot. He's elevated.
I mean, Johnny's like really good at the 3-railer cross side. I mean, he shoots it like for a living. This is one of his best shots, but the 7 is a little close to the side pocket.
I like the 2, and you like the 7.
No, I'm just saying Johnny's well known for shooting the 3-railer cross side, like where you cut it and spin it 3 rails.
That's tough.
He's
Two
he's
ball
like
cross
he's
court.
like high percentage at it. I mean, most of those guys are. I would say they shoot it at least 40-50%.
Nice clean crossover on the 2.
Good for
shot.
Johnny. I like
Straight
the
back-
8 top English.
Straight back to 7. Can the 8 squeeze by the point? Okay.
I don't
Cross
know.
corner
I don't
again.
know. It's pretty tough, but you're back cutting it, so you can't escape the kiss.
Well,
he
if
might
he's
be
shooting
using.
it goes, I think, right?
It might not. I mean, it looks like really close. He might have to spin it, aim it like fat with spin. I don't know if he just plays the cut of the ball. I think he's going to increase the kiss possibility. So He might be like,
He's hitting it with right English.
yeah, like creating the angle with spin. Yeah, he missed the kiss, but I think he had
All
just
right,
aimed
one
a little
chip
fatter.
for Johnny Rocket.
7 cross corner, slow speed. And crisscross, that's one to get in. The 8's not passed by the 10.
He's gonna play that
And the 9.
that ball above the 10 and the it's not the 4 balls in the corner. Excuse me.
Cross side 3 ball.
Cross side.
Cross-side 10 ball. I like shooting the 3 ball 2 rails here because it's a huge pocket. It's
All
a
right,
huge-
it's a 10 ball he's shooting. But he can get the 3 cross side on the next shot if he makes this.
It's good.
No,
Clean.
he rolled
This
the ball
guy
too
always
far
makes the
forward.
best
It
decisions.
was clean.
It's unbelievable. He always sees the right shot.
Couldn't really see that well. Your watch was blind.
Might try to cross corner this 7 ball, and he's gonna have to
Straight
draw out
back,
of
3
it.
ball. 8 ball.
Okay, the 8, and then come dress up on the 3 maybe.
I just say what I'm saying. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, the cue ball should be going 2 rails toward the 7 after with the 8 ball here. See if he has a shot. Well, he could have had the 7 ball next.
So really, I think bank pool, that back cut is one of the hardest shots when it's out in the middle of the table. I think when it's like one diamond off and you're just kind of doing a small back cut, it's very easy. But the
All right,
bigger the back
Shannon
cut,
Murphy
the
up
more
to
the
the
cut
table.
that the ball's traveling, it gets super difficult.
I hope Tony's paying you well,
Very,
Shannon.
very unpredictable.
Always got that
angle.
hustle on your back.
Those big heavy back cuts when they're traveling that distance.
He's already made this shot once. Let's see if he can do it again.
He's gonna have to put some right English on it.
There it is again.
Nice.
2 stroked and out. 3 ball cross side's a good shot here too.
Cross side.
He did call that.
So he's gonna use high ball again. Watch. He just goes straight up and
Pocket's
down.
at its
Yeah.
widest for that
Firing
angle,
it.
which is nice.
You got a new shit.
That high ball lets you aim it at super full, right? I feel like it makes the contact point larger, and the high ball really works for you. You can aim it fatter with more control,
6
and it
ball
shortens
cross
the angle.
Now this is a tough shot. He's got to hit this with low left English to extend the angle out to bring it back in. What a shot. Call the fire department. There's a fire. Ed Dowey, cartoon character.
3.
Now don't forget that we got to spot the 8 ball up when
Straight back on the 9.
Straight back, and he's gonna play shape to the 2 straight backs on the bottom rail. That was asking for
Now, you
a
can't
lot.
do it like that.
An 8 ball has to spot here. Do they remember that?
All right, 3 chips for Mr. Murphy.
I'll tell you what, he was asking for a lot there. I would like to see.
Earned
Got to
it.
spot the 8 ball.
I'm
There we
guilty
go.
of running
Thank you,
3
Steve.
balls and then taking on a really tough shot. I wish he would have just taken
Steve
a little
McDonald,
more
ladies and
time
gentlemen, our tournament
and just
director for
really
Derby City.
create
How about a round of
relationship with the
applause?
shot before you. You know what I mean?
I
Kinda
go to
just
bed
got
at
down
7
speed.
a.m. on the graveyard shift, and he's still going. Mini tournament, 9-ball tournament tonight. Oh, he's like 72, 3. How old? 79? 40? 172? Hike. He's got F and B.
1 rail back. Hit it well.
Straight back on the 5 is nice.
Now they're going to have to spot a ball again.
Nice.
The other ball's not going to
Hold
matter,
this for
but
later
they
before I
cannot do it
forget again.
until Shane Wolford's turn is done.
So you see this 9 ball.
Or
it-
he makes if he makes 3 balls in a row, then they'll do it.
Okay. At the very end, right?
Yeah.
Cross
So if he
side
was to
on the
run out,
9
they would
is
have to
good.
spot that extra ball at the end of his turn.
2.
For sure. 4 rails.
Yeah, definitely 4
Come on,
railer.
Shane. Let's sound the alarm.
And
Unless he
dra-
wants to
and
do a
draw
3,
your
unless he
cue
wants to do
ball.
a 3 in the side. This is tough to reach for a left-handed player.
The reason why I like
Unless
to
you're
draw,
shooting, you're like 6'80".
I like to draw the
much
ball
longer
because I
do you
play
want?
shape to the 3 rail kick shot on the 1 ball. So the further down table you are, the easier the shot is. So if
4
you
rail
draw your
on the
cue
8.
ball straight back to the middle of the table. See, now his 3 railer is going to be a little harder.
And
I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. When you put the cue ball there, it's a
Alright,
tougher
let me spot
kick
this ball up here.
than being higher up a little bit. I like to be a little higher up.
That's why I held it early.
Justin's got what appears to be. He's shooting a. I don't like this. He's been playing the 8.
Where's the camera crew? Camera 2, come on. All right.
Okay, Billy's here. He's got a little opportunity. I think he's gonna cross corner the 8. once again, guys, in the new conditions, it tends to go long. So you definitely want to be hitting high ball. That's one of the characteristics that shorten the angle. So by playing high, I say in newer conditions, you need more high, and in worn conditions, you need less of it. But you still have a high adjustment, just depending on the conditions.
He's the favorite, I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's
He's
good.
the best in the world.
One.
Shot. Billy
Now
has.
he's gonna,
Took away
he,
his- all right.
he may have the one cross court.
Kicks
He's going to
it
look at
is.
it to see. If he doesn't, he's going to be kicking at the one ball 3
Do you have
rails.
enough on that one?
Billy has such a he like jukes the ball with his stroke. He uses a lot of his hand to create the power,
Kicking at
but
the
it
one.
makes it to where he can be very compact. So I think he has a very unorthodox style, but the way he delivers is the same every time. So it's I think that's
good
a
hit.
huge credit to his success is that
All right.
he has a consistent delivery.
Here's the tough shot that's left here. The one ball being frozen makes, when the ball's frozen to the cushion, it makes it harder to bank. You can't bank anything short. So he's going to have to bank this one rail back down to where he's at now into the corner. Is the only shot that I see. Unless
Listen,
Unless
this is
you're
Johnny
a bank
Demet.
specialist,
He's
you-
banking 4 rails.
you think he's 4 railing this.
He,
Okay.
he might be 1 railing it, but I
Oh.
feel like the 4 railer is about the same probability.
Well, he's on the wrong side, too. He's left-handed. So that's why I felt the one railer might be in the play. Not everybody's 6'80" like you. You're,
No, I know.
You're a tall guy.
I like your shot, but it's a pinch. It's a
Straight
very
back to
tough
his
angle
right.
to read. Remember what I was telling you, the further you are away from the pocket, that's 3 feet. You're trying to stretch the ball. It's very unpredictable. You generally leave a cross side when you shoot this shot.
All right. Well, let's see what happens here. All these guys are having fun. This is a fun setup here.
I really appreciate you
Never
having me
fails.
and letting me in your palace here. This is a great setup.
Well, thank Pat Fleming. It's his production.
But I think you're doing a great job. You have that radio voice. I love it. Like when Ray Hansen does the Calcutta, he has that deep, like Marvin Gaye type.
Good salesman there.
Yeah, for sure. You can tell that you're well groomed with this. I like
I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure
Done
to
a
be in-
many.
For sure, it's a pleasure to be here.
Skyler, we ain't got one.
I mean, the only real shot is the 2 rail to 1 ball in the
Feels like
corner.
one
Yeah.
You gotta
You're right. One rail's really tough. Trying to get a
Scott,
one
what do
rail,
we
I
have
just don't see it.
Cross corner.
Okay, he's
Okay.
gonna play a
Follow the
huge deflection
corner.
stroke. The cue ball's gonna come around and scratch in the corner.
The ball's going to hit flat.
Burying
It's
the
going to
ball
go into
across
the rail
corner.
flat with no spin on it.
No good.
Oh wow, that was a beautiful shot.
This is a good stiff one railer here. Now, seeing the one shot when he made the
All right,
7 ball
Shannon,
makes me
show
want
him
to
how
think
it's done once
this should be
again,
pretty
please.
close
He's the
here.
best in the world
Straight
with this
back,
shot.
on the one.
Watch how the cue ball just stops or moves a couple inches.
And forth.
Shannon Murphy, I'm telling you, he shoots it on a table tighter than this, and when he gets to making them, he's on autopilot. I think Billy said it's a real close
Cross
match
side,
between
on
them
the
two.
one.
And Billy's supposedly
Between who?
Shannon and Billy.
Billy Thorpe?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty close. I mean, Shannon Murphy is, to me, he's a legend banker.
Cross side is good.
When I was younger and I wasn't even mentioned in the banks, Shannon was
Inside?
like dominating
Okay. That
just
one?
everybody for years,
side.
for a decade for sure.
Now, see, he's inside of a quarter table here, so this ball can go 3 rails on the side
Yeah.
with actually
You got
hardly
black
any spin.
pom-poms
Just
over
one
here.
tip,
Yeah.
one tip of right is it.
No, you just play high ball. If you play right English on new conditions, it goes long every time.
Rails.
The high ball trues the angle up.
Let's just touch it. Just touch it. Don't make it. It just touched it.
Don't make it, he said.
All right. Close, but no cigar.
Yeah, so like
Those
on
chains holding
tables
you
in
down there,
Florida,
Shane?
I agree with you. You might need a little bit of running English, but I swear on the conditions that tend to go long, if you use right, you go long every time. You want to play high so it fights through the.
Well, yeah, you
break.
definitely don't want to hit low. I mean, that would draw it in. So here you
Good
go.
attempt,
Watch this
Shane.
3
Good
railer,
attempt.
folks. It's going to
Think
back
those
and forth
chains are weighing
across.
you down, or weighing you down there.
He's jacking up, massing the ball right English. It's probably just going to wash out and not come back.
3 the hard way.
Wow. He hit it good.
Clean as a whistle.
Most people, they miss that ball. It doesn't come back. He overdid it. So that's a credit to Justin Stroke if you can get it to come backwards
Okay.
from that
You're
position.
on
That was
2.
amazing.
I just have the assist.
This could
Again.
be a 4 rail on the side, too.
Let's try this one more time.
You know. But I think the angle's going to come short. This is a really, really tough shot.
You're in Elizabeth, Indiana right now. Derby City Classic, the 24th installment of this great event, folks.
What is
This
he
is
doing?
three
Nothing like it in
rails
the country.
the hard way.
Player and fan
He's
favorite.
hitting to the short side of the ball, though. At the back rail, side rail, back rail here.
Scott, tell your wife stop that.
Pretty close. I think it's short, though. Yeah.
Wow.
One diamond exactly off.
1, 2, 3 more rails. Here we go. Good. I think you need the overalls.
So Johnny has.
What he should do here is shoot to the
He's going to shoot
head
the
rail.
3 cushion shot that I was
No,
talking about.
shoot to the center of the back rail, then come back down here and hit the side rail and back rail, 3 rails.
He's going 4 rails.
Yeah, this is a harder shot.
It's definitely a
Looking for
smaller
4
ball.
rails on the side. Well, we got 4 rails.
You could have just did it 3. That didn't
everybody's on
require
to.
the first
Except
rail
for
where you hit.
Shannon.
I agree. It was
I'll
less
go this
risk
way.
as well, right?
Give you a little bit more time to catch that. All right, now you saw where
This
he
is
did it wrong.
brutal.
Let's see
This
if you
ball
can
should
adjust
spot
now.
up. If they want to entertain the fans, they should make all the balls that hang spot up.
I'm getting
you don't get,
flashbacks
like,
This is
last year
close.
here.
This is close.
Yeah, attempt number 2, 3. Yeah, what are you still looking at?
Yeah, so when we play 100 a rail, me and Billy, we spot these balls up to prevent this lull in the action.
He's
so
winning
it
the
keeps
game
the
of
action
horseshoes.
going. Maybe we'll mention
All right, Shannon, show him how it's done.
Looks long.
Again.
This looks good.
Again.
He's going to hit it. Maybe.
Again. Kiss it in. There we go. There it is.
Look at
Shannon,
that shot,
Shannon, Shannon. This guy's
Chips
so
are flying.
mad.
Look at the
Crack
chips
a
going on the
smile.
table. That
So
puts
cool.
Shannon, I believe, I don't have a chip count, folks, but I believe it puts him in second place. With Shane
Bathroom, you don't
Wolford
get no
leading.
damn breaks in the ring game.
We're taking bathroom break.
Bathroom break. We've been waiting for 2. No problem. Take a break. Okay.
All right.
All right.
This is supposed to be a fun,
No redraw
fun
yet.
event.
No
so
redraw yet.
we're going to
Well,
give the
we're gonna
guys
bump up
5 or
to
6 minutes
3
to take a
chips.
bathroom break. So hang tight.
2 chips. I meant to say round 3, 2 chips. Excuse me.
met him.
I'm not trying to figure what year I did meet Nick. 19. I think I met Nick in
Ah, screw. Just skip.
83 or 84.
Yeah, what happens when you're late for school?
Yeah,
you get
you
skipped,
got a little
right?
more
There he
seasoning
is.
than I
We're
do,
back
so.
in session. No, he's
Yeah, I
gonna
was
step in
barely
for
playing
Jay.
pool. You know.
A little
Jay hasn't
outside
been doing that
English.
well anyway. He
Let
can't
it
do any
go,
worse.
young.
Too far, too far. He one-stroked it. Right now, you should take a little more time on the shots that you think that you really can make for sure, because everything's so meaningful right now.
Yep.
Shannon's sitting in second
2,
place.
both
Shane
of them.
Wolford has a
Both
pretty
down
good
the break.
commanding lead right now. Don't know the chip count.
Thank-
We're hoping
thankful
that
you're paying attention.
something will get announced sometime, but we're
Thank
blind
God.
up here. Straight across. See that shot there? I just feel like you just gave something away.
All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Justin
they're called
Hall
ground
to the
strokes.
arena,
The best
please.
advice I can give
Justin
people
Hall.
when you're playing any game of pool is that if you never miss the ground strokes, pool will be your friend. It will always
We
be
don't
there
have a
for
clock
you.
long enough
If you're
for 'em.
missing ground strokes, you're gonna get frustrated. It's gonna break you mentally
Wanna
down,
take a
your
break and go look
confidence.
for 'em?
Like,
We need a
you
search
gotta
party
treat
for
those
Justin
ground
Hall.
strokes like they're $5
How many times do we
bills.
hear
it's
Justin
not
Hall
a big
being
deal, but when you
engaged?
make 50 of them, you start counting a little bread. You know what I mean? You gotta.
Probably trying to
You gotta
get through
give
the
them
crowd
the
of people that
respect they
won't move out
deserve,
the damn
right?
way when you try to say, excuse me, get by.
The main thing what you want to do here is end up with all the
All right,
chips
we've
at
got
the,
some
at the
time.
end of the
got
when
time.
everything's said and done. And when you have a shot like just like the
We're gonna be
7 ball cross side, you
entertained
really
by-
take a little extra time. I mean, of course, the guys are laughing
I know what
and
they call
giggling and
those
everything like
boys, the
that. But
banking boys.
to win this here is the unspoken trophy of this whole event. Because they don't give anything out but cash, but unlike a
Yeah,
a
there's a
trophy.
whole dozen of them behind the
But
chair.
this is a
They're
good
just
thing
so
to win,
few you
especially
can't
for the
see
guys that are bank pool specialists like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, they deserve
gonna
a
say,
chance
call him
to
on the
help pay
phone.
for their tournament, their trip. It's a great
He's at the bar.
entertainment value. People just love to see the balls run around the table. And they're like, how is that even possible? And you open people's minds to a different perspective of pool. It's kind of like straight pool. First time you see straight pool, it's just amazing,
Who's that?
the cluster, the breaks outs, the
That's your
the
family?
combos, the
Let's give them a
caroms,
shout
the
out. Come on
nips,
up
the
here.
tucks. And then now you play
All right,
bank pool. You
they've got
bank
no
pool
shit.
to the
Yeah,
mix.
we're
Man,
coming
it's
right
like-
now. All right.
It's like sorcery.
Lassiter told me when I was a teenager, early teens, he told me.
And what's your relation to Billy?
Great straight pull match.
Cousins.
If you're in the audience, which should put you
Your
to
name
sleep.
is?
They make it look so easy.
Cora and Kurt, you're allowed to speak.
Yeah,
All right,
if you can
Kurt.
make it look easy,
Cora
you
and
won't
Kurt,
dog it as
welcome.
much,
Come
that's
on
for
in.
sure.
You came in the best part of the show. Unfortunately, you have to deal with me.
Yeah, unless you're Jason Shaw.
Power of the mic.
He shoots so fast, it's
Kurt, your
unbelievable.
birthday, 29th?
Yeah, Jason's a different breed.
55, God bless. Happy birthday, Kurt. Round of
he's
applause
already
for
got his
Kurt.
game plan
55 years
instantaneously in
old.
his
That's a
brain,
high
you
number
know what I
these
mean?
days.
Yeah, he can never hit another
New
pool ball.
technology,
He's on his way to the
better
Hall of
medicine,
Fame.
allegedly.
I'd have to
We're
agree with
dropping
that for
some.
sure.
He's won it all.
Justin
Me
Hall
and Jason are actually really
in
cool.
the
We
stall.
had a little
Come back to the
issue
arena,
when we had
please.
Derby, and
And shoot your
you know the
ball.
boys were out drinking, and I made a joke like with Joey Gray and me and Justin
He's
Hall,
watching some
and,
of Jerry's old videos of
you
how to
know,
bank
There's like
right
4 or
now. That's
5
what
guys
he's
in a
doing.
circle, and I looked over at Jason. I says, "How does it feel to be the worst banker in the entire group? You know, like just busting his chops." And he kind of got a little flustered.
Let's see if they're going to call him on the
It was
He
a
just
fun.
caught him off guard. I tell you, he's
a great
doing
guy.
well in life with everything he's doing.
Yeah.
When he broke the straight pool record, I mean, that he was already financially fine.
I
He
only bust
really
his
did
chops
well
because
with
I
that.
love him. He's the greatest guy. I mean, he really is.
He's going
I'm
to keep
gonna
playing
do-
until he runs 1,000 balls.
What
That's
if
his
we
goal.
just step in? Where is
And I'm
it?
going to rack him for him every time until he does it.
Nick,
That's
substitute.
love right there, for sure.
Substitute. Nick, take off that jacket. You still got something in there. It's a ring game. We make up the rules as we go along.
Nick's not getting out of his chair. He's
Kentucky
not gonna
Colonel.
shoot. Good try.
What's
Nick,
going on? Who
I know it's been a while, but you can't
Justin's
do any
not
worse than
here.
these guys, except for Shannon. He's
And they're
proven
trying to get
himself.
Nick Varner to substitute for him.
He said, okay, yeah, right, I don't believe you. Let me hear him out. I don't believe you.
Justin, say it now. What'd you say? Justin, what did you just say about Nick Varner? He said he's coming in right now.
Yeah, he's going to be right. He changed. He got scared. He got scared. He got scared out there.
He said who's going to shoot
All
for
right.
me? I said Nick.
Yeah, I got you.
Nick Varner. He said, okay,
Yeah, go ahead. I believe it.
You may not want to put
I
Nick in
believe
there.
it.
He might be 75, but he doesn't miss too
Scott,
many
where you
bank
living
shots.
now? I know you're originally from like Badonkadonk, Kentucky, but yeah, but I said
Badonka,
Badonkadonk.
Paducah.
Paducah.
In a box, in a trailer.
I think a big part of Skyler's superhuman, how he deals with pressure,
Lubbock.
is the way he just nonchalantly
Danny
just
Lubbock.
smiles and enjoys life. I think he's really got life by the brim of his cap. He's really doing good. He's got his baby and his wife, and they're just
Got a brand new sponsor.
got the power couple. He just got a brand new Rolex.
It's the return
I mean,
of Jay Hall.
Yeah, he's got a brand new sponsor, and when you change cue, it's not
In the
easy
world.
to
I
convert
knew he
him.
was getting a beer.
He played very
I
well
knew
in
he was at the
Moscone
bar.
Cup with a brand new cue.
for sure.
All right.
There you go.
The way Skyler strokes the ball, though, it's like any cue will do. You know what I mean? He's just got that super consistent stroke. There's like nothing that can go wrong with his stroke.
Cross side.
All right, Justin is back in the arena.
Cross
Nick
side.
Varner is not substituting for him. We'd love to see that. But anyway, here we go. One ball, cross side. He's got a.
I bet my life he makes this ball.
Well, I wouldn't do that, but I bet he's not going to hit it really, really hard. He did hit it hard.
Oh, my
and he went
God.
long.
Yeah, that's what you get.
I wouldn't
Damn.
understand
Holding
why
us
he did
up.
that. Somebody's got an easy one ball here. Who's up? Oh, Billy's going to
If
love
you would have
this.
saw Justin's pre-shot routine there, you would have thought, man,
You should have phoned a friend,
He
Justin.
left
You had a
Billy
chance to
there in
phone a
trouble.
friend, and you passed on the opportunity, and you sit with
Billy's
your
going to
chips.
draw this ball just a little bit because that way he can play. This is time you will play
Don't worry.
position for
Chip
here for
count's
the
going
3-ball
up next
cross
round.
side.
You get him back.
He's not going to let this cue ball get away too much.
One ball cross
Oh, he
corner.
did.
Good
Well,
for Billy
surprisingly,
Banks.
He played for the 7.
AKA Nips. 2 chips.
probably
2
going to
chips.
draw this one too.
If he does, then he'll play the 6 cross corner either way. If he draws back behind, over top of the 3 or under the 3.
7 ball.
The one
cross
thing
side.
for sure is the cross sides are easier than the cross corners.
Don't you
If
know?
he gets to that position, he's going to cross side the 3 ball
2.
instead of
Sure.
take the 6. You know, the
2 banks.
pocket is, you have to subtract a little when you're shooting them cross corner versus cross side. You know what I mean? When you're shooting them cross corner, you have to factor in the shim.
Cross side one more
When you
time.
shoot them cross side, you aim them relatively square.
3 for 3.
Mm.
No
There's
siren
the
for
easy
you.
6 ball for the incoming player. Well, not so easy. He got
Four
underneath the
chips.
rail, and
Thank you.
this ball
Thanks,
is not
Steve, on
straight.
that
He's got to
math.
pinch it just
2
slightly.
chips twice is 4.
He won't
Thank you, I
hit down
appreciate
on it, but he will cut the 6 ball slightly to the right of the angle he's at now.
Are
I
you
think he's
blaming
gonna
him for
shoot dead
sharking you with
straight
the
at it with
chips?
high ball and
With all this
manufacturing
murmur in
angle
the
of
ring
spin.
game. Wow,
He's going
that
to
was
shape
weak,
the
Billy. I'm
ball
sorry, that was weak,
by
Bob.
top puts bottom. So
That's too
essentially, you're kicking this angle with the 6 ball and you're bending it short. So top puts bottom. I aim straight at it, smooth, just butter smooth, straight through it. Medium, like firm.
Yeah, I am. Duh. I'm gonna have it done.
All right, cross corner's
shot.
nice
He
on the
needed
6th
one.
ball.
You know, it's good to lay up on the rails. It helps
Johnny
you
Demet,
with the
folks.
angle on
Johnny
the
Demet.
straight backs. The fact that he was using top did
Straight
affect his
back.
position, but he did secure, like you said, he secured his big blind, and he's
Come
This
on
shot
now,
wants to
Shane,
come
that was
short.
so cheap. He dropped the chip right when he was about to hit that ball on that last stroke. Yeah.
I think I like
trying to do.
banking
He's not trying
the
to do
pink
flip
four
tricks with his fingers,
over the
dropping them
10.
all over the
It's a
place.
bigger-
Purple 4?
What's
the five
this?
ball.
The 5 ball. Sorry.
Yeah, he's
Sporting
shooting
a
the 10 straight
1998
back.
chain
I
around
feel
his
like the
neck.
5's a much bigger pocket. I feel like he's gonna
Scratch off the back of the 4 too, though. You gotta be a little careful. The 5 ball will swallow the cue ball here if he was gonna make it.
I think you should get a do-over, Johnny. That wasn't right. That wasn't right.
I mean,
One
the
thing, for
10,
the first
we
time,
were
we
sure.
really don't see much of a shot here. The 2 goes cross side, the 3 goes cross corner, but
the pink
neither
4
one
goes
of them are
straight
easy.
back. The 2 might go cross side. You can stiffen that 2 ball up because
Well, he's got the 3 cross corner or the 2 cross side. Is the easiest things that are simplest where you don't go across more than 4 feet. The 5 ball, like you said, it does go. He's going to go cross corner here with a 3 ball.
Cross corner on the 3 is good.
Now he's got the 2, unless he can play the 8.
Cross side now.
yeah, I mean the 8 ball.
But he's going
I like
to
the
play
2.
position for the 8.
I like the 2 first because it's a bigger
Yeah,
pocket.
sure.
You can stiffen it a little bit.
He's got the 8 ball next too.
2 balls good. Now,
Okay.
same with the 8.
No position here.
Looking for 3.
He will draw this ball because you don't want to go near the 10 or the 9 and scratch in the corner.
3 it
See how he
is.
took a couple extra seconds there because the angle it was such an easy shot. He didn't want to lose focus there. There's 3 in a row.
I
do you
think
like
we
here,
might
Mike?
have one elimination. That's 6 chips so far. Straight back on the 4.
I think Justin's out here just about.
Oh, almost a 4. You little
Justin
4.
Hall has been eliminated. We are down to
he's
just
blowing the
5
chips out?
players now.
All right. Have you been
Justin's so
eliminated?
funny.
Is that it?
I
No.
love Justin.
All right. Round of applause for Justin Hall, folks. Great attempt. Good try.
I believe Sky
And
took a
then
lead
there
there
were
because
5.
they went up to 2 chips and he just made 3 in a row. So he collected 30 chips just now.
Stack 'em high. Sky's the limit.
That's a lot of chips collecting 30 chips.
And no safety, Shane. You can't play safe. All right.
9
9
cross
ball.
corner.
Cross
I
corner.
will say Shane's been getting a lot of good looks.
He has.
A
Like he
lot.
missed that 7 ball. I was surprised. He should take a couple extra practice strokes here. Just slow roll this in with some high left. That way if you hit a piece of the rail, the ball can still go. I would not kill this ball. Again, I mean, it's just a ball.
He's
if he
overhitting
makes
the
it-
ball and he's shortening it up.
Yeah, if he would have let off a little bit, that spin would have took and he made it. It's
Yeah.
at 2 chips now, Mike. This is really important because you can be
Absolutely.
eliminated really quick.
Yeah, when you're hitting less surface area of the ball, it's not gonna.
Yep.
He just wants to come short. He needs to hit it a little softer,
All right,
like you
5
said,
ball
and just
cross
open
corner.
the angle. This is a hanger. High ball, let your cue ball go up and down on a straight line. It's the easiest shot and pull.
And it's good.
All right.
He tried to make the 4 ball.
Ain't gonna get there.
So he wins 8 chips by getting that one. 2 chips from each player. There's 5 players. So
So you're going to shoot this straight back. The only thing you need to think about is the distance the cue ball's traveling and the speed you're going to hit it. So what I like to do is I like to tell myself, what speed do I need to hit it to make it? And that kind of clarifies the shot for you.
4 rail kick on the 4
Oh, he didn't
ball.
even
Looks a
straight back
little
to
weak.
1.
A little wide. Oh my God. Come on, man. Need more weight on that cue?
I'm really shocked that he didn't shoot the 1.
I thought he was shooting the 1, to be honest with you.
Because look, he's left Johnny back in the match. Johnny got back to the table. He's down to his last chip, I think. And listen, he's got a 1 railer. Let's see what he's made of. I love Johnny Demet. He deserves this moment. Like, this is the same shot you were saying. Just, you don't got to kill it. You just got
Cross
to
side
put
on the
it.
1
Well, the
ball.
pocket is really wide open at this angle. Can't miss. You just cannot miss. There's
Silly ball.
cross corner 1 ball.
10 ball, cross corner.
All right.
So
The 10 ball is more of a straight angle.
on a 1 to 10, I'm going to hit this about a 6. If you hit it too hard, it lengthens. It actually lengthens. People think speed only shortens the ball. You want to hit it where the ball stays level to the surface and it holds the line.
10 ball cross corner.
See what I mean? If he would have hit that any harder, believe it or not, it can actually go longer because it doesn't have time to arc because it's sliding
Shannon's
outward.
in the
You
zone.
got a cross side here. The ball don't go cross corner. And the 10 doesn't go either.
Oh, you're right. There's an 8 ball down there. I agree with you.
He's got to play this cross side.
He could also straight back the 10
well,
underneath him.
Tougher shot.
It is a tougher shot, but it's a natural position for the 9
All
ball.
right.
You know what I mean?
All right,
Cross
he's
side.
going for it.
So he's going to draw it to the long rail, spin the cue ball out 2 rails to the middle of the table, and I'll have a hanger.
10 ball straight.
Boom,
Looks
boom.
good. It's in there. Count it.
So you might not play that in the bank by the ball
Massive
heads up
lead.
in Derby City Classic, but in a
And
ring
chip
game
share,
format,
and it
you have to
continues.
play dress up on the next ball because you don't get to shoot for 5 more turns or whatever it is.
Cross corner on the 1 is good. Cue ball don't do it. Oh.
Wow. That
All right, he
was
still gets 1.
amazing there.
Still gets 2 chips. 1's still good. 2 chips. Shannon hasn't said nothing. Just, yes, pay me. That's it. Say it. Pay me, bitch. I got him to smile. He cracked.
So straight back, I think the tendency on this shot's for it to come short. He's going to probably
5 balls. So close. So close.
Well, we got a
Look
pair
at
of
Johnny
3-railers
cheering
here.
against-
Billy's in love with this. Gets a kick at 2 different balls.
Oh, he's
3
fighting
railers.
for his life. That's right. Are you down to your
Me and
last
Billy-
2?
me and
All
Billy
right, come
literally
on. We got to boo
probably
everybody to
shot
keep
this
Johnny
shot
alive.
10,000 times
Going for a
playing
3-rail
banks
kick.
by the
Let's see if the
rail.
cue ball
Well,
gets
he's
there
not,
this
he's
time.
not going to hit it hard.
A little
so
more oomph this
This
time. You
shot
got
will
the
be able to tell
extension
you if
for
the
extra
table is
weight.
playing long or short here. Medium speed.
1, 2, 3.
Long.
He made it this time. Woo! He learned.
Now he's got a 5-railer.
Yeah, big deal.
Do you
We
wanna
did
hit
that
a
when we were
5-rail?
It's a
16.
4-railer.
In the pool
So you go
room,
bottom
wasting
rail.
time.
Oh, yeah, he
Side
can, yeah, he can hit.
time,
you
right?
know,
It's natural. Top English, you
Hanging
don't
in
even
the
got to
corner.
do anything
Better
to
make
it.
it.
It shapes up on its own.
Last one. Watch the
You don't,
commercial,
even,
sir.
you don't even need to put side spin on it.
You know how much trouble we went through to get this chair here? One more time. 4 rails for
Shot.
the 5 ball.
a little short.
Short. I wouldn't lie to you. All right, round of applause for Johnny Rocket. Just got
Oh
eliminated.
my goodness. Johnny Demet, he's happy to be here. I love his attitude and how he
Arena
plays
just got
the
a little
game.
uglier.
It was a pleasure to see him play. He didn't play his best, but you know what? Johnny has given
3?
his life to pool.
Just 3?
He's got a newborn, a
That's so
family. He's doing great, starting multiple businesses. You got to give him
Will it make it?
you
Will
know,
it
you
make
got to
it?
give him your love. You know,
Come
he
on,
put his own
guys. You
bread
got to
up.
eat some
He
Wheaties.
shows these guys he's not scared. What more can you ask for? You know?
All right, if everybody takes out their phones real quick, go to www.speedtest.com. Speedtest.com.
3-rail kick shot.
That's
This
That's
one
calm
lengthened.
right there.
That's long.
Man.
And that is long.
Whoa, another.
So
Oh,
even
wow.
though the table is squaring
That was
up,
the first
you
mistake
see that
Shannon
first
made
rail
all
on that
set.
glancing blow. It's
First
not
one he missed.
accepting the side spin, so
All right,
it's
Shane.
stretching off the first rail. The other rails play pretty good, but it's the angle the cue ball's taking. See how you shorten that?
Boy, here we go.
I grew up playing a lot of 3
Everybody
kicks when I was
blow.
young.
Yeah.
Seems like it should
No,
be
it's off
automatic.
anyway. All right, did you watch the
You
last
gotta
one?
get
You
it there no
promised, you
matter
sure? You want to double the bet on this one?
So Billy might
your chips where your
Billy
mouth
might
is.
aim it wide and then
Put your
kinda
nips where
bend
your
it a
mouth.
little
I mean,
bit.
your chips where your mouth is.
I like to just let it hit, use straight side spin and just stretch it a little.
That's
Looks
it.
looks
shot.
good. It looks good.
That's
Right
a scratch behind.
Looks good. There it is. Play the man.
Well, you have a great opinion. I'll tell you that.
I think these chips are
Who
getting a
left
lot
them out?
of handle with them.
Who
They're
left
passing
them
back
out?
and forth a lot. Skyler's getting a little weak on chips.
Here we are. All right.
No, Skyler's okay. Redraw.
All right, game 4.
This is going to go to 3 chips now, I
Redraw.
believe.
Every time. I would almost bet you whatever I'm last. Can I get a different racket?
Good here. We're good there. Good here.
No. You got a 4. No, there's not a 1. 7. Told you.
I really think this is the most entertaining part of the entire ring game. I mean, of Derby. It's a little tougher in these conditions, but it's so cool to see the players in a different element where it's not so stressful, and they're entertaining. It becomes a show. It makes pool an art. You know, when you see guys playing 9-ball, fighting for their lives, whether they're playing in a tournament or for 10,000, it's really, really not as enjoyable, in my opinion, as the banks, because you get to see all aspects of pool.
I think we're seeing a Cinderella story if Efren wins the one pocket at 69 years old.
Well, if you see how he gets the balls, like he literally tucks them down the corner, then he nips around. Never, the guy might get a ball near his hole, but he's never going to let him see it for 27 shots. He's got him dead froze to the balls that are down table,
All right, folks, hold on.
opposite of his
Take your
corner.
time, Shane. I got a
And
announcement to
Alex
make
is
here.
trying to
We're
get a
going
shot. He doesn't get a
4
shot, then he
chips now.
outmoves Alex from there.
4
Probably
chips.
the greatest. I mean,
Right now? Yeah, right now.
he's left-handed, so he
Doubles
probably
up.
doesn't like the cross on
He
the
makes it up as he
on the
goes along.
3-ball, or the
Changing everything.
not the 3-ball, the 7-ball.
Change
sorry.
is good.
It's the
Change
pink
is
4.
good.
It looks dark on the screen.
4, 6, then 8, 5, double. Just do it double this time, then the next time. Cross court.
What ball is that?
3-ball.
Okay, yeah, it looks darker on the other screen. So just center ball. You want to overcut it and let it stretch.
Again,
Yeah,
when you
extra
have
pressure
balls
those
that
4
aren't far
chips.
from the pocket like that, you have to make those.
Well, Shane's he's using like an accelerated stroke, which is really great for 9-ball, but he might have to be a little flatter to get the physics to
Yeah.
accommodate the angle he's attacking at.
You
know
should
what I
shorten
mean?
your stroke up on bank shots. I agree. That ball went skidding.
Everybody's arm seems to be tightening up a little bit around here.
Well, I'm going to tell you
Cross-side.
right now, I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to tell you guys Shannon's going to win this 100%. Just based off what I've been seeing. He's so focused and so composed. Every time he gets to the table, he's the only one that really makes me feel like
He's taking the extra stroke or two
Yeah, you see.
on the easy ones, and that I do like.
And when he one-stroked it, that one time he missed after the third one. So I really think if he does that, there's just no way he can lose. I think he's
One more
probably
than
one of the
3,
most
one less
talented
than 5.
bankers ever lived. I mean, a lot of the toughest bankers are from Ohio. So you got Louis DeMarco, Robert Frost, you got Shannon,
Did you
you
call
got
it 2
Billy.
times?
Louis DeMarco had a good tournament. I was watching him play bank pool.
Yes,
I was impressed. I
he
saw
said
him run
yes.
a 4 and a 5 back to back.
That's my guy, bro. Louis DeMarco, I mean, he
4
tries so
chips.
hard. You won't find somebody that tries
He
harder
He should
than
be a
him.
9-ball player. As hard as he broke playing 9-ball banks, he broke them. I mean, it was deafening to the ear. He broke them so hard.
He's like Louis an all-around gifted
Straight
player.
back.
Very tough
Allegedly.
to beat. He's very emotional, so it's like he's one of those players that if you take him for granted, you think he's weak, you give him one opportunity, he's going to cat and claw and do whatever he can to get a shot. Billy's going to straight back this one, straight draw. Once again, it's aimed short, so if you draw the ball, it's going to want to open up. He might be going forward and stiffening it.
Not going to get there.
Well, I guess
So for me, I like to aim
Oh.
straight at the ball and draw it to make it play as natural as possible. Pockets are playing rather acceptive, even though they're pretty tight. Like he tried to, bend the ball, shape the ball, which is, it's fun when they go in, but for me, it's super
straight
difficult.
back.
Like Brumback can do
So-
it really well. He can stiffen the ball better than
I didn't
most.
see him this year.
Nah, he's chilling. He said he's on his farm doing work, enjoying. He said it's the best derby ever because he didn't have to play pool and be stressed out. He said he was going to give his exact post was, I'm going to give some other guys a chance to win. I thought that was beautiful. Only John Brumback can say that. Like if I said that, I'd look like a jerk. But John's a legend. He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, nice.
Maybe get some help from the audience.
And John's like Louis
Also-
DeMarco. He plays all games. People want to sleep on him. That guy plays the all-around one pocket. He plays 9-ball. He breaks good. His stroke's beautiful.
Looks good.
I missed everyone. I'm not
Looks hard deceiving.
going to shoot no.
Do we have any local bankers? Any local guys that are good at banking? Candyman, how about you? You want to give him a hand over here out on the table? Got a local banking legend over here, known as a Candyman. Give you some of those old Werther's originals.
Well, if it's running dry, I mean, Billy's the one that's going to catch the gear. Billy, this is the thing about Billy. He is never going to give up. You could drag Billy through the mud. He'll get out of the mud. He'll clean his cue off, and he'll shoot your liver in. He's going to take your women.
Shoot your liver in. He said shoot your liver in.
Protect your women. You know what I mean?
I remember Earl saying, he said, I'm the greatest athlete in America. However he said, I'm the greatest athlete in America. He says, I'll shoot your liver out and hand it to you.
I have an Earl.
That was about what Earl. Oh, I don't want to get into Earl stories. I've got a million of them.
I have a great one.
Okay, go ahead. You can.
You sure? All
Yeah.
right. So Earl, I beat him. I played him in a world championship. I'm up 5-0. It's my first big tournament, and I'm like nervous as heck, right? And I heard all about him, and I couldn't even look at him because I was so intimidated. You know what I mean?
4 chips.
I heard all about him. I never got to play him. I finally play him. I'm up 5-0. I never miss a ball. And then he's got everybody so scared. He breaks. I break dry. He runs out. The greatest out I've ever seen in my life, right? And nobody cheers for him because he's been so mad because he's
Must
down.
be the table.
And he says, I just make the greatest out in pool history.
You want another
And you
center?
guys don't even applause for me. And he says, you guys
you.
are ruining my confidence. I swear to God, I remember it like it was yesterday.
I played him in the
He's been
late
waiting for that.
80s in a tournament, and I shut him out 9-0. He
Yeah.
only got to the table twice.
Maybe an extension
And he
and a
says,
bridge.
Bobby, I don't know how you play. You got the worst stroke I've ever seen.
Oh, my gosh.
A wife beater.
He definitely, I think he might have something going on where he
combination,
just
sir.
says the first
Look
thing
at
that
that
comes
sa-
to
no
his mind.
safety
I'm
play,
guilty
Shannon.
of that in my
Shannon.
life.
Hey, outside of pool, he's a great
Oh,
No
he is.
safety
I play
play
golf
here.
with him. He's cool, man. Earl's,
Straight back.
you know, he
Whoa.
wears ankle weights and stuff and short Daisy Duke shorts when he golfs.
one.
He's like trying to get his legs.
Right
It's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
Earl's. I mean, I love Earl. He probably don't know it, but
My better half might be one of his biggest fans.
shot.
Woo! That was so close. One more dime and it's in.
Oh, this is a dry ring game. They got to spot the balls up
I'll
that
tell
are
you one
hanging.
thing though, if this one ball doesn't come back, he doesn't really have a whole lot of shots here. He's got the 4 ball that could possibly go too. The 7 ball will pass to 4. Okay, let's see it. It does
He's
look
gonna
like
try.
it will.
You got to draw inside. If you're gonna cross this ball, you have to open it with below center and inside. And there's 2 ways to stretch it.
He's got a chance.
Made
Clear
it.
that lane.
So did you guys see
Here
how he
comes
dragged
Shannon.
it and used inside? That's 2 characteristics
taking
that
charge
open
of
the
this game
angle.
like a freight
So when
train.
you're aiming across real steep,
Charging
when it's
full
aimed
steam
short,
ahead.
you want to open the angle. Don't hit it too hard because it won't
Back
stretch.
to his left with the
So
1 ball.
it's the spin and the speed helped it stretch.
Hit this one good too. Wow. It's one of the best shots of the match right there.
Drew.
I think he's got he's the chip leader now.
I mean, I guess he's just gonna snatch this thing straight back and draw it straight back.
Straight back on the 4.
Call me crazy, but he might just gamble here and shoot the 4-railer.
Yeah, he has to shoot the 4 really. I don't think the 3 goes cross corner. Or 3 in the side.
All I want to know is
Four
just
rails.
let your stroke out here. There's no
He's
consequence for the
forced
foul.
his
He's going to 4-rail this.
I'm saying they weren't getting it there
He's
earlier.
gotta
I
miss
just
the
want to make
miss
sure
the
it gets
2
there.
ball.
There you go. Hit it.
Missed the 8 ball.
And 4, almost. Almost.
He's going to
with no
cash
cigar.
in here.
All right, that was 3 times 4, folks. 27 chips, hand him over. 27 chips, hand him over.
So do you notice how he missed long? So the tendency on that angle on these conditions is to go long. So when you've missed it long, you've missed it
Thanks
by
for
a lot
helping,
more than
thanks.
you think.
We're
If you
joking.
miss it short, it's like
Need to help?
you're actually much closer to making the ball than you are missing it long. Because on this particular table, the 4-railer does run long.
All right. Billy's
Okay,
up.
Shane
He's not
Wolford's
gonna need this chair.
down on his chips really low now. I think he's picked up last place here. He was the leader.
Cross corner, high English, let your cue ball go up and down.
Cross corner on the 10 is good.
I'll tell you,
That's
Billy
one.
measures conditions so much better than any human. We played on 7 different tables in Texas,
4 rails.
and he just adjusts almost immediately. You know, he
Shane's
shoots
still
a basic,
sharp.
shot, and then he
Going
really
into
just
it,
knows
man.
how
This
to
is not full
figure out
contact
what it's
sport.
doing, and he works the angle better
Too
than
many
any human.
extensions on that cue.
When you're from the Kentucky area, it happens. Kentucky guys are tough, banking. Not enough speed.
It's not getting there. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's gonna
when
get
I
there.
play Billy,
That'll get there.
he does that all the time.
Wait
it comes
for it.
short.
Wait for it.
and it doesn't get there, and I'm like,
Wait for
you know. But then when you smack it, it hops and it
can
acts
stop
all
waiting.
erratic. So there's a fine line between dripping it and over hitting it. You know what I mean?
All right, let's see if this
safety's
9 ball can
allowed.
go. Is there enough room to make the 9?
Mm-hmm.
See if
9 ball. You just hit below center.
Can't see that. And
Like,
move it over a little bit.
you can. I like to draw it and just play it square and open up whatever it's aiming short. So you draw it
Hanging on.
and you open the angle up. You can hit stop shot, but it might. The conditions might get you
He
here.
makes this, he'll have another shot.
9 ball cross corner.
So for me, I do like a baby draw. He cut it into the angle, right? For me, I manufacture the angle with low to open the angle up naturally, where I can aim at the ball
Cross
full.
corner again with
When you're
the 8.
cutting the ball, you're aiming at less ball, so it's not near as easy way to do it because you're hitting less surface area on the ball.
In the side.
I hope that made sense. You know, increasing your cut, you're aiming at less surface
4
area.
chips to Shannon.
Aiming at the ball full and working it with spin is going to be a more predictable outcome than increasing your cut, seeing less of the
Cross
ball.
corner with the
The
8.
less you see of the ball, the less the spin transfers,
Should play
the less
thing by the
predictable
rail.
it
What do
is.
you
You know
think
what I
next
mean?
year we do this by the rail? I like that. What do you guys think? I'll talk
There you go,
to them
folks.
about that.
Bank experts giving you free lessons.
Cross corner it is.
You can hear how crispy hit
It
that
just
ball.
might take 2 days.
I'm
if you
like,
start
I mean,
going for
Skyler,
threes
I'm a
on
fan.
that.
I love everything about Skyler.
3 ball.
We're 30 feet up in the air
Three
above
rail
him, and I
kick.
can hear that.
Skyler was born to play pool.
Let's get it up that way. You get more chips. Chips will move faster.
A little short.
Look at
good
this.
try.
So close. Keep looking.
Cross side 5 ball, it looks like, for somebody.
I like that Skyler. He is always the same, very consistent. He really knows how to interact with the crowd. A lot of the young players need to pay attention to how he interacts,
Cross-side with the
because when
5.
you touch people's hearts everywhere you go, you're never gonna have to worry about a stay course. You're never gonna. If he wants to go to Poland, he's got 20 people that'll send him there, and it's because of who he is and how he handles his. You know, he's just such a great young man.
Yep.
He's mature a lot, you know, a lot. I know a lot of older guys that are way less mature than Skyler. You know, he's really grown into.
Oh, you guys aren't
You know,
doing anything out
he
there
dresses
other than
nice.
these
He's
people,
he's
something.
pretty professional. He's pretty professional all the time. What's Billy doing?
Five ball cross corner. I thought you were going to go for a 4.
So this is an angle where instead of trying, I
Straight
like
back
to
with
just
the
hold it
5.
with a touch of inside. Move the
Yes.
cue ball as little as possible. Imagine that. Just move the cue ball as little as possible, and you have a better chance. There you go. Did you see how that cue ball had minimal movement? That's exactly how you strike that ball.
That one was for Pat Fleming.
This one
there.
you
His
do
student
have to
saying
kick
that,
at
"Well, baby."
4 rails, so
Yeah.
Those that know him.
So you can aim it
Kick it
to
at
the
the
bottom
3.
rail and then the side rail above the side pocket, or you can aim it to the bottom rail and spin it into a 4-railer. This one right here tends to come long every time. He really zipped it. That's a good attempt.
It could go.
I think he
Oh.
chose the right shot. He hit it perfect.
Yes, so far.
was-
All right,
He
4
kind of
chips.
used center ball to work the angle short.
in
Like,
a
so if you hit high there at that same angle, it's going to go long. He kind of hit center and kind of created the angle by bending it a little bit. It's a
All
pretty
right,
cool
Sky
shot.
going for
I
the
don't
chip
think he
chip.
can hit this ball 3 in the side. It's
3,
too close to the
400.
rail. He
He's
wants
just-
to bank this 3 rails in the side.
No, he's just. Oh, really? He's been to bank at 3 rails in the corner. That's
Okay,
crazy.
crossover.
Ball's got to hit that.
Why wouldn't he just
he's
kick
got,
it
It's
in?
got to hit
Cross
that
the corner.
diamond by the side pocket where he's at now to have any chance. Not short.
Get in there. You throwing that shot?
Shannon's shooting straight back here. And this one, I would agree that you just cut it a little bit because it's a big angle. It wants to come short, so you got to cut it. You know.
Well,
Okay.
somebody got a gift here. Cross side next.
Maybe yellow would work better. Cross side.
I mean, when I play banks by the rail, I shoot this 2 rails because I think the pocket's larger. You got more control. The 1 railer it looks like it wants to come short. He really finessed it.
He's gonna get there.
So any other speed than dripping the ball, he would have come short. He hit it. You know, I learned something there.
All right,
When you
4
feel,
chips
I mean,
to Billy.
he used your technique there. You know what I mean? He used that soft speed and stretched it.
6 chips.
I like that.
6 chips. Did he just announce 6 chips? now?
Game 6. Now going to 6 chips.
Wow. This will end it quick. How many does Shane Wolford have left? He just got a few. He's got a little small stack and a half. It looks maybe around 18 or so.
Last game. So one more game.
Nope.
I was going to say, if we redraw again, me being next. No, you're not. I'm following Bill. Oh, yeah, you're right. No. I could have swore I was next. You're right. No, you make it more every time. Bring them in to break, Bill. Oh, Mike.
All right, if you make a ball in a break, you have to keep shooting. And he has come up dry. Very first thing, simple shots is 4 cross side. Let's see what else is out there. What do you see, Mike?
I see the cross side, but the thing is you don't have the entire cue ball. So you actually have to cut this one. And I would just hit below center and cut it and play the natural angle. If you had the entire ball, you can use like low outside and really create. But here I just play the cut.
4 cross side is wide. Sky, you got a shot.
All right, so Sky's going to run an 8 here because this is what he does every year. He gets to the end, he's short stacked or something. He just gets – this kid ran a 19 or a 23 on me one time. It was crazy.
All right, every ball that you shoot right now is worth 18
Cross side
chips.
on the 1 is good.
There's 4 players. 6 times 3 is 18.
Cross corner on the 4.
He's in some need of some chips, too. He just finds a way, don't he?
Look at that speed. Nicely done.
That's 36 chips and 2
That's
shots.
2.
He's running out of shots here. He may have ran out of shots beside the 10 ball to the bottom right corner.
I like that. I mean,
bottom, yeah.
Yeah, it's called a straight back, and in these conditions, I feel like it's the shot. It wants to open up. That's what it wants to do.
At the 8 ball cross corners. It just seems like at 10 balls there, but
It might run into the 9 and create some disturbance down there on the cross. You know, when you're crossing it, you're going into that ball. It's going to bank that 9 off the bottom rail and kiss the 8 if he shoots his
he
shot.
should shoot the 10. Yeah, he's changing now. There's the 10.
So here, check this out, guys. If you want to open this angle, you got to use low and outside because they both stretch it. So if you just use outside, you'll come short. If you just use low, you'll come short. If you use them together, it'll open the angle.
All right, here's an easy stiff
All
shot
right,
for
we got
somebody
2.
cross side.
2 balls, 6 chips each, 12 chips.
This is my horse
Shannon
right
has
here.
wore the side pockets out, so I
Woodward.
expect him to make this ball.
I expect him to draw it back, straight back,
That's
and play
almost
the
half
8
a
in
Shane
the same
stack there,
exact
getting
pocket.
low.
I don't think he's thinking position.
Billy's hanging on all right.
Just make the ball, but
He's
maybe
Just
possibly.
in time for Sky.
Ooh,
Cross side
right
on the
around
6 is
a
good.
little bit. All right, well, here's your 8 ball you were talking about. So you can
I would have
set
drawn it
cross
to the
corner on the
long,
8.
to that side
underneath
rail.
the 2.
I would have just drew it straight back and played the 8 in the same pocket like before. You know.
Clean
I'll
as a
tell you
whistle.
one thing, it's hard to argue. There's 36
And
more
breaking up
chips
that
and maybe the
3-10.
7 cross corner.
I do agree with you
it's a
that
little flat.
his shape is overrated. If you pocket the ball, shape's overrated. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, you got. I think you got. Don't try to get shape risk missing your
Cross
shot.
corner.
That goes for any game, but especially this because you got to wait so long to shoot again.
I feel like on a ground stroke, you can shoot it 10 ways, you know, at least 3 or 4
All right.
ways, right? So if
Do you have
there's a
any chips
way
left,
that you
Shane, or
can
is that-
shoot
that
it
does
on
it?
the same
All
line and
right.
still get position,
Yeah.
you have to at least maybe consider where, you know,
Round of applause,
like
folks.
generally, right? You know what I mean?
Shane Wolford.
All
We'll be seeing a lot more of him coming around.
I mean, he banks
Woodward.
better than I thought, I'll be honest with you.
Representing my home state of Virginia.
He was very composed. He's always smiling. He doesn't really has a great attitude. So
Well, the problem was when he made all those shots, there was not
That's
many
one.
chips in play. There was no pressure.
that's happened to
You
me
know,
a
and there
lot.
was like no. He found himself. If he would have made all those shots he made with the 4, 5, or 4 and 6 chips, he might actually be the leader.
Yeah, it happens a lot. He's made more balls than anybody in the game, but unfortunately at the wrong time.
That's probably a good analysis.
It happens all the time for me too. I've made like 15 banks, and then I get to the end, it's like 200 a ball, 400 a ball, and you just can't overcome it when a guy runs a 6 or 7. You know what I mean?
10 ball cross corner.
All right, what is going to lay here?
6 chips for Billy.
All right, we are down to 3.
Look at that, just walk right
It's
by
the
him.
Billy and Skyler show. The last 3 years, they finished first and second. And then
Cross
if they
corner on the
eliminate
10.
one more player, it will be the same. All right, and that's a cross corner. That's good for 12 chips, 6
Cross
from each
corner
player.
also.
Here's another one.
So the key here is if you hit it with speed, it's going to turn harder. If you hit it softer, it turns less. So speed is the key to this shot. You know what I mean? You know,
That's surprising.
yeah,
Now
he
that,
put
I'm
top. He
shocked.
put too much
6%.
top English, guys. If you hit middle ball, it's going to transfer more side spin to the object ball. You know what I'm saying? His ball had top English. It was biting at impact, so it closes the angle up. If you reduce your amount of top English, the ball actually will lengthen because there'll be more friction on the ball. It won't have so much bite on it. You know, the bite shortens
I don't want any
it.
collusion
Center
going on.
ball will
Just wanna keep you guys close to
actually
me.
kind of stun the object ball and
He's
put.
considering kicking this 2-ball.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't like the 7?
no, I like the 2 because he's going to hit it real hard and he's going to try to move those
This
balls.
ball, it just seems like they've been coming too short for this.
3 rails.
He hit it slow. He gave it a chance.
He made it.
And it's a kiss in.
Well, how much better could you hit a ball?
So good.
He's got the 5-ball.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the best shot,
Or, well, maybe he's just going to kick it to 2.
Attempt 2.
but yeah, once again, it's by the ball, so there's no need. I mean,
Well, if he,
I like
if
the
he
2.
was left-handed, the 5 would be a good shot. Right-handed, it's a tough stretch too.
Why would you not shoot the 9 2 rails in the side? I mean,
Well, I like the 2-ball, to be honest with you. I played 3 cushions, so it's a natural shot. But that's just me, and he got home.
And it's in there.
you know,
Now here's your. What'd you say? 9 2
2
rails
rails
on
on the side,
There's
yeah.
the shot then. That's what he should play here.
he might play that solid ball. It goes 1 rail on the side. It goes 4 rails. The 9 goes, the 9 goes 2 rails. Just high English. You want to bank it, cut it to the right, and just let it lengthen to the pocket.
Well, I don't know if he can get it. He's looking at maybe doing something with the 5. I like 2 rails into the side pocket on this side where he's at. He can go.
2 rails into the side right now. Just top English. Cut it back this way. It goes 2 rails. Boom, right there. And the cue ball is just going to come. Maybe he can send the cue ball over here to play shape on the 7 next.
9-ball side
You know what I mean?
pocket.
He's going 1 rail. He's really got to dig in for this and cut this
He's
ball
the
backwards.
best at this shot. He really turns it.
Yeah, not enough cut.
He defended Sky there, though.
His partner in crime, he didn't leave a shot to his partner in crime.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they're not, they're not in it together. You know what I mean? He's holding his man. Unless that
Just
9
reading
cross
out a little bit now,
corner, I
these
mean,
things
this.
going over.
he's gonna try to turn this
Cross side,
over.
4 rails.
What do
He
you
said
say?
cross side 4 rails.
No, it's 1 rail.
It's just one.
Just 1 rail. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think this ball wants to stay up. It doesn't really want to turn. This ball doesn't turn that easily.
He's not going to hit it that hard, though. Wow. And he's got position for the 7.
Good shot.
He wants some chips this rack.
So here you go.
Cross
This is
corner
that
on the
speed
7 ball.
again. He used high ball last time and he got short. So let's see if he adjusts and either slows it down or hit middle ball and it'll transfer more side spin. It'll lengthen right to the hole.
Nope.
He over lengthened this time.
If it hits the 5. Ooh.
But did you see the
This is
difference
easy
between
try.
that one and
6
the
more,
last
Sky's
one?
what?
He shortened the first one, and then the second one he came long. So I mean, at least he's adjusting. You know, he's doing his job.
He's going to turn this one over and make it. All the 1 puck he's been playing, I think he's the favorite.
Yeah, on this particular bank, I like to just use side
Cross
spin.
corner on the 5 is good.
And position.
Top English,
Right back on the 7.
go straight through the ball, cut it, aim for the outside of the pocket, and let it
Well
stretch.
short.
Let it come back. You got to aim it long and let the top English kind of
Shannon,
shape
I
it back
appreciate
to the
giving these
pocket.
boys a chance, not showing them off completely. You know, they got a reputation.
Billy's
to keep
probably
here.
going to shoot this 4 rails. If I had no
Coming in
Billy.
silent and deadly.
Where else are you going to go? He shoots this ball, I swear, at least 50%. At least 50%.
Put good percentages out there. That's a tough shot.
I'm telling you, Billy's the best in the world at it.
4-railer.
I have the world record at the 4-railer, but Billy's the best at it.
They can't get no better than that. Good call.
Just made it in there. Look at that.
Skyler took a beat in that rack at the end.
Let me hear that again one more time in the back. Woo!
Everybody's yelling out. It's a pretty special moment. I mean, I know it's been a little bit slow with the tighter tables, but honestly, this has been a really fun ring game.
Yeah, I enjoyed it last year commentating too. It's a madhouse. 8 chips now.
Uh-oh. The stakes get higher. 8 chips per ball.
They
Going
redraw.
into our 7th rack. 8 chips. For real, for real.
No redraw, just 8 chips.
For real, for real. You got that.
Are they forgetting to
still
redraw?
Don't
Don't you
let the
redraw?
blind highlights fool you. I know what's going on out there in social media land. No, it's Arctic Blonde number 17. Okay, thank you. You know how hard I had to work with the tinfoil
All
on
right,
each and every
if he
one
can
of
make a
these?
ball here, he can continue to shoot.
His girl said I
He
look
needs
good.
to try to make a ball on the break.
See, hear what your wife tells me. Get out. Huh?
Well, Billy's
you doing,
theory is if
Muppet?
it's not going from
He came up dry.
if it's not making a ball full in the face, he's going to go break from the rail, hit it like 9-ball. You notice how that ball is spinning down the left corner. The rack definitely wasn't tight.
What are you complaining about now?
It's pretty tough
break
here.
better. That's
5
all.
ball's a tough shot.
Yeah, you got a lot of muscle. Will you stop working out?
He's going to shoot the 9.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Cue ball will almost hit it coming back.
Me too.
Yeah, that was asking for a lot there.
Well, if this is Shannon's shot, you know what he's doing.
I mean, back cut, cross to 1. Now listen, when you're aiming at less surface area on the ball, you definitely have to aim this ball thinner. Your spin is not going to do what you think. So you need to spin it, you need it slow, and you need to cut it. All 3 characteristics, and look, he still came short.
That was important to take a little extra time. I think he rushed it.
I mean, people think when you're aiming at less ball like that, it's not going to take your side spin. You're only
Nick,
hitting like 1/8 of the ball.
Mr. Varner,
So your
what do you
side
think-
spin's not
how do you
transferring
think
to
you
the
and Earl
object
were
ball.
made out
So
back
you have
in
to
the day?
increase your
Banks
cut
was more
as
popular
the
then.
angle gets larger to get the
still
same
been up there? You
outcome
be up
as
there
a
as well?
smaller angle.
I think he would have robbed him, right? Say it on there. Let him see it. You know, I've got him back in my pool room. I'll let him know whatever you say when I get back home. Don't worry. No one's listening. What do you think?
Yeah, we're up
You
here.
think he can play pool? He doesn't know how to play pool.
Spot on.
That's enough out of you, all right? I don't need to hear your mouth. I'm here to play pool. That's the problem with this game. You can get beaten by a taxi driver.
Well, Ed's trying to
He
sound like
never
Earl
said
Strickland.
that. He never said that.
That's
Joe
what I
said that.
heard.
I told Joe Rogan I
Leave
give you
that to
7
Joe
Rogan. Earl impersonations.
I thought mine was pretty good,
just
but I don't
laughed.
know if I could pull it off in front of an audience of people. You know what I mean? You really have to commit, you know what I mean?
That was funny. The 2 funniest comments Earl said that Joe said was, he says, I'm one of the greatest athletes America's ever produced. So I'll shoot your liver out and hand it to you.
Yeah.
And then the other thing he said recently that came up
Straight
was,
back.
he says, I'll beat you so bad you'll become a taxi driver.
Yeah. He's like, what's one of Earl's favorite quotes? Pool's a beautiful game played by ugly people.
Straight back.
I got a good one for you. When Earl stayed with me for a week last year and played straight pool, he loved Taco Bell. The guy can eat. He's a machine. We went to Taco Bell through the drive-thru. I got nothing, and his bill was he got
Everybody,
$28.
Oh
$28
my
worth of
goodness.
Taco Bell.
Bro, I can't.
Can you
do
eat
it.
$28 worth of Taco
Listen,
Bell?
I wouldn't eat Taco Bell if you paid me. I swear.
All right. Well, you don't know what the menu cost him, but it's just hard to add up to $28.
No, I mean, I
I
mean,
mean, if you got a car full of people,
I'm not gonna lie. Back in like college, I used to eat the tacos all, because we were about
Look
that
at
life. You know what I
that.
mean? Cheap tacos,
Would you look at that?
around here it's the White Castles.
for sure.
That will never hit my body again.
All right, so
3-ball cross side. That's a good
Cross
shot.
side.
It
And
looks
he just
like
made,
you'll-
he just made another one. The chips
You're
might
right.
have gone up to 8 now.
I
And he
think
ju-
he might
he
be
ju-
playing the 2. Is he playing the 3? He's playing
That's
the
2. 16
Well, that's
chips
32
so
chips
far.
now, 16 from each one.
Start
Skyler
stacking
is
them,
getting
boys.
a little low on chips.
So guys, if you're a bank pool player and you can avoid the kiss, like say you can stiffen it or you can cross it and lengthen it, I would recommend stiffen it if the option's available because you're shaping the ball as if you're throwing a hook at a guy like a punch, you're hooking the ball, you're increasing the size of the pocket. Now when you're lengthening it, you're coming from an angle off the rail, so you're
Look at here.
good shot.
Look at here. 7 cross side. I don't think it's going to be. Yeah, it could go by the 4, but that's just tough. You don't want to hit the. If he hits the 4 on this bank shot, it will not count. He's got to hit the 7 ball clean.
Slow it down and just right English and let it take.
How'd he hit it?
7 ball, cross corner. That's 4
in a row.
4, folks.
That's 32 chips out of each player, which puts him at 64
32 chips.
I kind of like
And he's
Stacks
still
are getting
shooting.
high.
I like the cross corner on the pink ball here. You just
Sure.
play
There's a
high
high
ball.
one.
It's
On
natural.
The 5 ball, yes.
Is that what it is? The pink? Yeah.
He makes this. He's going to.
Oh, he's gonna make this.
It might knock Skyler out.
5 banks.
80 chips he's won, and
Is there a
Skyler
prize
is
for a
adding
high
his
run
chips and not
bonus
sure
at
he
the
has
next
enough.
chip?
So you guys see
Real
here,
good woo.
you want to use
Megan's
the
gonna
high
come out here
English
and do
to
a dance
hold
for
the
us.
angle. If
Do
he
your
hits middle, it's
latest
going to go
TikTok video
long.
for us, would you? 6.
That will knock out Skyler Woodward. Let's do a count here.
Seven
He has
banks.
made 7 banks in a row and busted the game completely.
Right, we have an
I made
elimination.
8 in Tunica. I have
Skyler
the
Woodward
And
record.
is
one
out.
barrel left, I believe.
I made 8 and
Going
out
for one more
in
cross
Tunica,
corner.
and if he breaks my record, I'm going to be
Well, nobody's going to ever beat Eddie Taylor's record. I guarantee you that.
like 30 something, right?
37
Yeah,
playing
I
4
heard
racks.
about
Look at this.
Shannon.
8 banks in a row.
All right.
Oh, he scratched.
No.
Unbelievable. Hold on.
The
they're gonna
worst
do a chip
roll in
count.
pool history.
That was the worst
Oh
thing
my
I've ever seen.
gosh.
The worst
That
ever
made
in
me
bank history.
ill. That made me
Ouch.
ill.
Round of applause for that run, though. Come on, another round of
Hey,
applause
what
for
a
that run.
run.
Yeah, I even got you in the hand.
All right,
yeah,
so
we're
if you
getting
guys
there,
are
we're
taking
getting
bets
there.
and Mike D tells you to
All
bet
right.
on the
Sky Woodward
The
has
guy
been
from
eliminated.
Ohio.
Round of applause for Scott. But
That scratch still allowed Billy to stay in.
One
down there,
man
too.
has
And
one
let me tell
barrel
you
left.
something. Billy is the
What are the
comeback king
odds?
of banks by the rail.
Billy, can
I've
you do
seen
it?
him down
I'll go put my
3,000 and
overalls
come
on
back
if you
and
do
win
it.
5,000 in 2 hours.
Well, if you got to bank 7 in a row, and you're not going to beat very much. You got 56 chips from each player just now.
Billy ran an 18 on me before. Skyler's ran a 23. Like, I'm telling you, like, these guys are familiar with these runs. Billy doesn't get started until you start hitting him with something. Like, he starts taking you serious. Like, Billy
Straight
says,
back.
all right, Mike, you got my attention. I'm ready
Billy's
to
got
play."
1 barrel left.
And you know what? I'm betting right now.
Oh, no, keep your money. Keep your
I'm
money.
betting right now he makes this shot. This is
Well,
Billy
maybe,
Thorpe.
but he can't win from here.
He's got courage of steel. I'm trying
Maybe,
to tell you.
but he can't win from here. Not enough chips.
Come on, Billy, prove me right, baby. Oh my goodness.
No, that's a pipe dream. The next ball pocket, I think, will eliminate Billy. It's real close. He can't have many left.
How tight was that arm?
All right, so this ball wants
This
to come
event is so
short.
boring.
We're waiting to see if we get a count from the.
No excitement.
He's
going
going to hit this one with some speed, I think.
This 3 ball for the win cross side is wide.
All right. So
All right,
Billy's
Billy.
down to 1 barrel.
Pretend it's your last shot.
Yeah.
Pretend it's your last shot. That's a good count.
Ed he's a comedian. and
He made 8 and scratched. I couldn't
Straight
believe
back.
that he scratched.
Oh my
guesses.
gosh, that would have been the sickest. If y'all, oh my goodness, Billy Thorpe. I'm telling you, if Billy gets to the next rack, I change my bet. I bet on Billy.
It looked good.
You know why? Because he's best.
I don't want to take. I wouldn't bet with you. It's.
All right.
I don't. There's no
All right, Shannon.
way on earth you'd have
What
to hit the
tool
lottery
will you
3 times for
choose
Billy to win.
for this
Listen,
demise?
I've seen Billy hit the lottery playing Banks by the Rail at least 50 times in my career. He's busted so many games.
Well, the count right now is 164 chips to 8.
And as it goes
Okay.
up, if he can just get 2, if it goes up again and they get to the next round, and he only needs 1 shot, I'm telling you.
There's just not enough
that's it.
play out there. I'm not doubting his ability. He's one of the best bank pool players in the world,
All right.
but he's just not
Three
enough
ball.
chips.
What about if he gets these 3 and then he breaks and runs like a
Or
7?
nine
Would it even
Check
change
that.
your mind at all? If he gets
Nine ball.
into the next
Or
game and the
Roku.
blinds go up, would that even?
No,
No possibility.
I would wager what's in my pocket.
I mean, I feel you. I
don't know,
mean, you
7
got a good
rails.
bet there. All right, so when you kick this ball in long conditions, you want to put side spin. You want to hit it slow and let the spin take. You got to aim it a little short and let the spin take.
Here comes the fourth rail I was talking about.
Close.
Nope.
Close, but not there. Cross side 3-ball to end the match here, I believe. He's not going to kick at 3 rails because the cue ball's too close to the rail. Cross side.
Cross side.
Well, my dad used to have a saying, turn out the lights, the party's over.
Steve Mizrak used to say, the fat ladies get ready to sing.
Yeah. I used to have a Steve Mizrak cue.
I learned a lot from him.
He was a wizard.
Yeah.
Like most of my mentors are like from your era, you know. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the old timers. I want to
easy on the old timer now, but I got you.
I mean, I want to be. I want to listen. I want to represent pool and know the great ones, and you know, I mean, the guys that came before me. You know what I mean? It's very important.
Ryan, I was just kidding.
Yeah. You know, when I was younger, I didn't realize how great the guys with the experience and the, had their family and their business and they played. They
paved the way for a lot of people.
For sure, I'm in debt to them for sure. All right, so.
And it's not turning out. It's slowing down and turning in. What's up with that there, Billy? How'd you make the ball do the wrong thing like that?
So I really like 3-railing the 3-ball on the side. I shoot this ball when I'm playing 100 a rail all the time.
Going by the 4?
So, yeah, it goes
so
one.
Get that cue ball out of the way. You're going to have to hit a lot of spin, a lot of speed.
I think you just hit high ball, and you come up and down, and you kind of freeze the cue ball back to the bottom rail.
All right.
So you bank it.
The 3-ball's too far out to kick at it.
No, you shoot it 3 rails in the right-hand side here. It's you just cross the face of the 3-ball. It goes 3 rails right in the side. I'm telling you.
Playing heads up is the only time really you can play safe. So.
Oh, okay. So you're allowed to play safe.
Well, you're just going to shoot at shots that wouldn't leave anything. All right, he's gonna try a crazy 3-rail with the 4.
He's probably gonna
almost has to have a mass save stroke.
3 rails on the 4, coming under it short.
Wow. He missed winning the Banks championship on that shot by 1/4 of an inch. Billy's not even looking at a 3 on the side on the 3. He's looking at kicking that 4-ball in. And if he makes it, he's got position for the 3-ball automatically. That's a good decision here.
It looks like it's going to come short, though. No.
Kick is looking good. Close.
All right, here's the same shot coming back.
I'll tell you what, Billy's been
This is a little bit tough because he's got to hit before the side pocket to make this. He can't go after the side pocket. The angle's not going to allow it.
Yeah, just use side spin. It opens the angle. A lot of people don't see it opens it. So you have to
that's long too. That's the second time he's hit a ball long. Close. Again, he missed by an inch.
So on their home table, that kicking system that they're using would get them probably close to the hole, but they're not recognizing it sliding off this first rail, I'm telling you.
It's a lot tougher when you're closer to the rail here, too.
I agree, 100%.
Your angles come short real quick.
It compresses. You can't visualize it as good.
That's a good one.
I agree.
Yes, indeed.
With position.
Okay, so I really wish Shannon does. I mean, I love Billy with all my heart, but I hope Shannon wins. He's played great.
Well, I got to stay neutral. I can't root for anybody in the booth, but I don't like Billy's chances.
Well, you taught me something there. I appreciate that. They're both my buddies, so I feel like, Shannon is he's so deserving. He's such a nice, good young guy.
All right. Well, this is going to end. I just feel like he's going to make this. He does have to stretch a little bit.
But so now Billy has 2 barrels at least. So we'll be seeing another game. We're going to see another game.
He's got 3 barrels, meaning 3 8s left.
3 incremental bets.
Yes. I think he's got 2 3/4, to be honest with you.
Okay. So one thing you guys might not know, if say you're playing for 8 chips and you have 22 chips, so you lose 16 on 2 shots, and then you have a remaining balance, but you can only win what you have, is what I'm trying to say.
That's right.
Whatever you bet in front of you, that's all you can win. So if you only have 2 chips, you get 2 chips from everybody. I think it's going to go long. This is asking for a lot here.
Cross corner's good, clean.
So I don't know if you guys notice how Billy gears the cue ball and keeps it straight. I really believe when you hit that whip, that speed when you whip it, the cue ball stays really like
All
true.
right, now up to
It's
4
like he's,
bullets.
negating deflection
Don't tell
and
me that,
swerve,
Steve.
and he's making it go
Don't tell
straight
me
with
that.
his stroke. He
12
strikes the ball with
chips,
such good
folks,
timing.
12 chips.
It's very predictable, is what I'm trying to say. The way he strikes the ball.
All right.
I say a lot of people sometimes they deflect into the ball full or they swerve away from the ball, so they don't really, you know, they're.
There's not too many bank shots in any of these pictures.
Shout out to Diamond Billiards, Simona's Cloth, Derby City Classic 2023. It's been awesome. We've seen snow. We've seen Fedor win the banks. We've seen $40,000 sets. I mean, it's just unbelievable to be here. Billy just broke them like dead perfect.
Break. Something.
It's
Can't
just,
hit it much better
it's
than
not
that.
Billy's time. It's
Well,
not
this
Billy's
reminds
time.
me, this really took over for
SCVG, what are you trying to say?
the Johnson City tournaments that started in 61 through 72. I didn't go to any of them, of course, but there was 11 years of that.
Score.
So there was 3 events every year. There's 33 events, 33 titles that were up for grabs in those 11 years.
That was when the beer companies were sponsoring.
No, that was back farther.
Further.
That would be back in the 80s.
One
1961
for
to
Shannon.
1972, Johnson City, Illinois had
For the
Three-
win, for the win. All right,
Cross side.
one more for the win. Sorry to cut you off.
33 events, and last year won 16 of 33
Wow.
He's got that one last.
in 5 all-arounds. This is
He won
this-
how many?
16 to 33 and 5 all-arounds. This is the Johnson City tournament now. Same, almost pretty much the same thing except no straight.
Straight back for the Cheddar Bay Biscuits.
Sure.
So that center ball, guys, is kind of stiffening it. So you kind of reduce your speed a little, and then the angle will square up.
Yeah,
If you're going to
City's
influence the
amazing.
ball, if you're going to hit it with center, and center ball medium makes the angle play square. So he overhit it. So he played it square and hit it too hard. If you're going to hit it that angle in, you got to reduce your speed or increase your spin.
All right, just a chip update. Billy's still alive with 7 chips.
You can't even make
So
the
that
8.
will be what he can get in return from Shannon.
I think so. This is a dangerous shot, guys.
Like an all-in bet.
He's going to
That's all he's
shoot
got.
the 8 for all the chips. I like his shot, but I like him making it. But he's going to run down
Whole
here
lot
and
of
sell out these bunnies.
Cue ball's going into the 4 or the 5.
Cross corner on the 8.
For
is
the
wide.
win. Oh, so
Missed
guess
the win by
what?
another inch.
Now what? He's got the 3, the 6, the 1. They all go. I'm trying to tell you, that shot was super risky. He knew if he missed it.
The chip lead is so astronomical, though.
I'm telling you, it's compounding.
Cross
Once you
side.
get, listen, once the blinds go up and you get, say Billy gets 5 and the blinds go up. Now he's got 2.5, but he's going to get a lot more chips.
Possible.
I'm telling you, I've seen it happen 100 times. I've seen it happen so many times where it's just like you said earlier when the young man was making the 1 railers, but then if he would have made those when the chips were worth 4, he would be flush. And it's the same thing here when the blinds go up. If you do have a couple barrels, I'm just saying you can. It's like playing blackjack. If you double up 6 times, you're gonna.
Well, let's see. It's almost playing safe here, hitting down on the ball like that, isn't it? He didn't leave anything. 6 ball.
Rails
He
on
may
the
have left
side
a
is
6
good
straight
attempt. I got it.
back. A ball spots. Now it's a 14 or 10 ball straight
Oh,
back.
it's over, guys. 100%. This is a free shot. You're gonna use side.
Excuse me?
You're gonna use side spin, and you're gonna lengthen the 10 to the corner pocket, and you're just gonna try to play the cue ball to kind of nestle up to the underside of the 4. So if you miss, you take a ball out of play, right? And you don't leave a potential bank. So he's just gonna kind of turn it, a gentle turn, and just finesse the ball.
He
Don't
needs to
over.
make 2
10 ball
balls.
straight back. It's good speed.
Love this shot.
There's one.
And that'll be all, folks.
One more.
All right, so here you're gonna play
Can we
high
stop
ball.
this man now, or just let him
And
keep
you're
on
going to
going?
cross this ball. He might stiffen
He
it.
wants to go.
Oh, it looks
Let
like
him
he's
go.
stiffening it. So he's going to draw it straight back and stiffen it with inside.
Okay, Shannon, stop.
I
It's
really
over, it's
like crossing that ball.
over. You got it.
It's not 12 there. There's more than 12.
Yeah.
There's more than 12, right?
Hold on, let's get a chip count. Hold on.
I think it's over, guys.
10, 12,
Yeah, what do I got? 4 chips, right?
12.
I still got 4.
Billy will not give in.
Still got 4 chips. Still got 4
In poker,
chips.
this is called a chip and a chair. He's got 4 chips left, and we're playing for 12.
I thought I was about to be Dana
So
White
here,
for a minute.
when
Just
you're
jumping in there
aiming
to
this
stop the
angle,
bleeding.
it's a big angle. You have 2 edges. You have to aim to miss the edge to get it to
4
hold.
cross side. Again, still alive.
He only has 2/3
Why'd you lie
of
to
the
me,
bet to be
Steve?
able
I'll
to
just blame it on Steve over here.
cover.
You all heard him say, he's done, that's it.
3 rails.
I ran out of toes to count.
How many times have you seen Billy play?
3 rails on the 8 ball.
Quite a bit, even when he was a junior.
I seen him run an 18 one time against me for 100 a rail, and I was up 50-something rails.
See? Count
I was
it.
up 5,400, and he runs an 18. Like, crazy. 6 ball, cross side. All right, so on this shot, you're crossing the face of the 6 ball. It kind of wants to turn on you, so you got to hold it with a little top or a little outside. Just smooth it. You ain't got to even pound it. Smooth it.
Scratched. There's everything went over the line though. Everything's over the line. He's got to shoot the 9 ball.
I had to do something.
I mean, but
Unless he
this
shoots
is
the
why I
one
love
straight back.
Billy. But listen,
Here's the chip count here. They're working at it again.
if you need a shark taking off the hook, look, Billy's gonna take it off for you. If you need an alligator capture, Billy's gonna do it. He really commits. I love
Back up
Billy.
to 12. 1 full barrel.
He
12
comes with
chips
it.
All right. If he makes this,
He's
it's
got
over.
12.
He's got
All right.
betting
All
12
your fingers and 2.
chips, and this is it.
For the win,
This is
ladies
again
and
nine balls
gentlemen.
for the win. It took an extra second here.
Go!
There it
That's it, folks. Now it's over. All right, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
awesome.
Great shooting by
Shannon.
both these guys.
Shannon Murphy.
Couldn't have happened to a better guy.